Hey everybody. Hello.
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 Okay, I need to turn that sound off. That's on my phone. Right. I have my phone here in the background. Okay, but hey, that was a sound check. The sound is clearly working.
Check.
All right, we got that first rule of any live broadcast out of the way. Confirm sound is working. I don't know how many live playthroughs of things I've seen over the last month where people forget the most important thing, confirm sound. Oh, it's Karthik!
Hey,
Karthik is here!
Hello.
And Kabuki and Leva and Steve and Martha and John and Spaz Tech and Battle Cry and Monica and a whole bunch of folks.
Hello,
Hey, everybody. Yeah, so it's been a while. Like, almost 2 years since the last time we did this. I think the last time we did Rahdo Runs Through Live number 17 was in August, like a couple weeks before we left the UK and came back.
Well, that would have been in April.
Was it April?
Or May or no, June.
Yeah. So I think we're just shy of like a 2-year anniversary of calling it quits. But now we're back, and hopefully this will go a lot better than it used to because the setup is much nicer now. You can see our little dedicated camera right there that's kind of obscuring your view of Jen.
Oh,
we've got the game set up, ready to go.
Need a bigger camera.
And what we're going to be doing today is 2 things. First of all, we and you, if you haven't already, check out the show notes. Below this on the YouTube page, there's a link to a PDF. If you print that out, you can give yourself one of these and you will be able to play along with us. Because this is a bingo style game where we draw cards and everybody uses cards simultaneously. And you can tell me after it's all over how badly you beat me. The question of the day is, will you beat her? Because we have played this game several times, and I don't think I've ever come close. So I've already lost. We know this going in, but it's up to you folks. Or it's up to you folks to make me feel good about myself by reporting that I beat you after it's all said and done. And, do you have anything to add to that, Honey Pie? Oh, that's a question, actually. The microphone is right here, and I do have another directional mic that I could have set up, and I was just like, I think this will work. Honey, could you just talk for the people for a sec so in 30 seconds they can tell us you sound okay?
Okay, I'm just talking for the people. That's all I'm doing right now is
Talk
talking.
to the people.
Talk to the people. You said talk for the people.
What do you have to say? I mean, how are things?
Things are good, yeah. Pretty good. It's raining today. It's been gorgeous and wonderful sunny weather for about the last week. I've gotten really spoiled by that, but I've planted a bunch of flower seeds, so I'm actually glad that it's raining today so that it gets some rain.
Jen is pretty quiet, reports Martha. And I'm always, Jen, just trying to get her to sit in this chair. The chair that is inches away from the mic. Understandable, but barely.
I will try and speak up.
Or you could sit here. Or, okay, tell you what, folks, some technical difficulties. What did I say about always getting the sound right? No, I can't, because we're both, the problem is, she is this far away from the microphone I use for all my recording, and I am this far away, and I'm already 3 times as loud as her, and if I turn up the volume gain so that she will be at a decent volume, I will blow out, and you will get distortion, and because I'm already so much louder. So you're going to lose sound for a second. I will go and turn on the other microphone. Well, I gotta see if its batteries aren't dead.
Some little on-hold
No,
music for
okay,
you.
it looks like it's fine.
Can you do the kerfuffle song?
What?
Just for some background.
I am not doing that. Alrighty, so microphone. I am going to go into properties for microphone and switch from the old Blue Yeti to the Takstar. Okay. And, hey ho, let's go. And all right, so this is now this is physically closer to Jen than me. And in fact, honey, point that a little bit more towards you.
Okay.
Instead of me. Well, I'd like to be picked up as well.
Oh.
Kind of maybe halfway between us.
Okay.
There we go, something like that. All right, so. Oh, but now somebody else says you can hear Jen just fine. Well, now, can you hear her better? Honey Pie, tell us about the weather report.
Oh, it's raining outside still, I'm sure. And I took the pups out for their walk this morning. Everybody got all wet. Had to have their feet cleaned when we got back. How about that?
Monica, you don't have any blue. It's okay. You could actually print this out in black and white. And because not only are there different colors, but there is kind of, artistic renderings representing what a mountain looks like versus what a forest looks like versus what a desert. I mean, they've got slightly different line art.
Can you put it on your green screen?
Anyway,
so
everybody says, sound sounds perfect. Perfect.
Good.
Yeah, the only reason I don't use this one is because it is battery powered, and there's a slight chance the battery might go. Whereas this is actually gets its power from the recording laptop. So fingers crossed. I think it was you, Martha. Was it you who prompted the change? But fingers crossed, it should work out okay. All right, and all right. Yeah, so I said, I think you'll have to look a little bit more closely. But also, don't forget, what you're going to be seeing while we're playing is, oops, not that, this. So you can see Jen's and mine. And so if you look at your black and white and you can't quite make it out, you can just spot check and see that, oh wait, nope, it's blue or what have you. So you got that going on as well. Let's see here. And, right, so, yeah, you're doing that. Oh, Leva forgot to print! Well, you can always print. Also, that's the other thing, too. Here's the deal, folks. When we actually start this is ultimately going to be a regular Rahdo runs-through. I'm going to take this video, minus all this intro stuff and figuring out sound, and I'm going to present it as a Rahdo runs-through Trails of Tucana, because the voters chose it for this month. Good choice, everybody. And that will still be a version that everybody can play along with years from now, at least as long as they can still download the PDF. Anybody be able to play this, in the future. So if you're not playing today, Leva, you can try to beat Jen later. Also, because we're going to do this, I am going to do my normal, hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through Trails of Tucana, and I'm not alone, I'm joined by Jen, and I'm also joined by you. You can be playing along right now, print out the who's-y, what's in the Scooby-Dooby. And then I will, yes, I will explain how to play so that future generations, 100 years from now, who stumble across this video, will be able to play along. And, yeah. And also, since this is going to ultimately be a run-through, I'm going to be doing my normal roaming commentary about, well, okay, I could do this or I could do this. See, this is really important for me because I'm trying to beat Jen to do this or that or the other. So you're going to hear all of that stuff as well. You're going to be playing with somebody incredibly chatty. And I apologize for that ahead of time.
So what he's trying to say is you have time to print something off if you want to go print something.
Exactly. Although I will probably not have time to actually be checking the... I mean, I'll be kind of eyeballing in case something's gone bad and people are shouting in all caps, the sound is gone, the battery went dead, or what have you. But I don't think we're going to, during play, because this is ultimately going to be a run-through, we're not going to be able to have a lot of interaction with you guys. We're just going to be playing like ourselves. And there's one other thing as well, but I'll explain that about first come, first serve scoring that goes on with this game. But we'll talk about that once I start filming, because that'll be applicable for everybody else in the future. Is there anything... Oh, and then after we're done with this, and today, by the way, if you print it out, hopefully you printed out, I should have said this, the Isla Grande side instead of the Petite, because it's a 3-round game. It's just slightly longer than a 2-round game. And I figured, if we're going to show it, we should show the whole thing instead of like the quick express version. Oops, that's my Petite side. There we go. So... I was thinking afterwards we might also try to play the Petite, but then I figured, no. Let's create some stress for me and play Kanagawa, a game that we've had on the shelf for a couple of months now, and it's been out for a few years, and I've definitely wanted to play it because I think this might be a Bruno Cathala game that I actually like, which is a rarity. And if you'll notice, folks, no, I can't show this very well, it is still in shrink. So you'll be watching Jen and I play our first game of it ever. I read the rules an hour ago. Hopefully they'll stick in my mind, and that'll be a much more casual affair. We're just playing. We'll probably pay attention to what's going on. And so I figured we'll play Grande. The run-through will be over. I'll film Final Thoughts another day. And then Jen and I will play Kanagawa, and you can root for Jen, as I'm sure you all will, even though she doesn't need it. Okay. Where did Jen go? Sorry, folks. I hit the number 6 instead of the number 7. Oops. This is the view for my final thoughts. This is the view for casual chatting. Doop. What did I say right at the beginning about how I was so much more smooth and polished than 2 years ago? I think I'd like to amend that statement at this point. But anyway, let's see. Is the overhead view still okie-dokie? Oh, no, mine's a bit off-center, so that's fine. And there's Jen. And, well, cool, Nano Rider. You will be able to tell us where we go horribly wrong because we've never played it before. And I'll say it right now, those rules were no bueno. I was not happy with them at all. I think I understand it pretty well, but time will tell. Okay, and Hannah, I count on you to keep us honest. All right, so everything seems fine. Sound is good. I haven't noticed anybody saying there's been any technical video difficulties. YouTube reports the stream is excellent. I'm only consuming 20% of my CPU. We've got all green lights everywhere. YouTube does keep complaining that I should be streaming. It stopped complaining about my audio not being at 128 kilobits, even though it was. So apparently they finally figured out that it is correct. Oh, it's because of the other thing. Yeah. Okay, I figured that out now. And good luck to everybody.
Yes, good luck, everybody.
All right, honey, do you have any questions before we go? Because we're just going to start. We're going to treat this like filming. Hopefully, I mean, if you need to stop or something like that, the dog's barking. I mean, I can edit out bits later, but wherever possible, it'd be nice just to the world doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
But obviously, if stuff comes up, stuff comes up.
Okay.
All right, let me just double check, make sure everything's wrong button. There we go. Bippity bop, skippity doop. Okay. I don't know if you're talking to us about. We have played. I don't know. We played Tucana half a dozen times. We never played Kanagawa. And then you're probably talking to somebody else because, as I said, I'm going to stop paying attention to the chat now. Oh, also, after we're all done with both games, you can stick around, and we've always done like an impromptu Q&A. If you have any questions for us in general, don't bother asking questions now. Basically, get ready to ask questions when we're getting close to the end of Kanagawa. Right. Okay, where are my buttons? This is, okay. So, I need to come over to the Rahdo Runs Through logo. And
I don't suppose you could put that on your green screen and let people take a screenshot of it and they could print it from that.
All right.
I don't know. I mean...
No, yeah, I totally can. Boo! Let's see. Oh, but I'm in, which photo am I in? Right. Oh, okay, I just need to put the green screen up toppy top. Boop! Hey, if you need it, but it's too big. It's too big for the green screen. But I don't think that helps them any more than just literally they have a PDF they can download. So it's good. It's a good idea. I could mess with that camera, but
no,
that camera is finicky. So I think I just leave that alone. But it was a good idea though.
Yeah.
If I'd thought about it, that would have been a smart way to go. All right. So back to getting ready to begin recording. Oh, James is having some problems, but apparently. You know, James, my stream keeps pausing as well. I was worried about that. That's why I was asking if anybody had noticed any problems, because I'm just seeing every once in a while. One thing that I know can cause that is if your stream is actually set to play at faster than normal speed, so you can change the speed, maybe that's what's causing it. Because I have a plugin that speeds every video I play on any channel anywhere to 2x speed, because life is too short for regular speed. So... maybe that's what's causing it. I'm not sure. I've heard other people complain about these things in past streams, and people often recommend just refresh the page because something's gone wrong. So that might do it as well. But James, you're not alone, and hopefully a screen refresh, or if nothing else, just don't watch actually live. Rewind a little bit so you're like 30 seconds behind, and maybe that will help as well. Maybe. I'm not sure. Alrighty. Okay, let's see here. Oh, no, myself? I watch myself at 3x speed. So you're saying 2x speed. Because I already said it. And if there's one person I'm familiar with how they talk, because I hear it in my head all the time, it's me. So I can make myself out if I focus, I can make myself out at 3. In casual background, I can make myself out at 2.5. But that's neither here nor there. Alrighty. All right. Okay, so Luis said he also had the same thing. I would probably refresh mine, but I'm not going to refresh mine because I don't know what that will do to my command center. So, yeah.
Are they seeing all of this? Because that's
no, they can't see any of this stuff. They're just seeing. Shoot! Ha! They're seeing because I was about to start playing. That was a whole bunch of boring stuff for you to see. Sorry, folks. I'm a little rusty. I shouldn't be because I've still been doing live playthroughs for the last year, but only for Patreon backers. But we're back. We're ready to go. And, okay, once again, I'm going to get myself set. Bippity bop. RRT logo. I'm going to get a drink of water. You're fine, honey?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. All right, so I need to go from that to that to that. All right.
Hey, thanks for being here, you guys.
Yeah.
Hope this is fun for you.
Yes.
A
All
little
right.
bit of the behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We couldn't just quite get to the point a bit quicker. All righty. So, right. All right. This is ready. I'm ready to go. I have to push 2. No, I have to push 7 and then 2. All right. It's weird not to hit the push start recording because we're recording already. That's freaking me out. All right. Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through Trails of Tucana. But before I get going, please turn your subtitles on to the Klingon channel so that when I make rules goofs, you'll know what they are. And if you've done that, then welcome to the mysterious island of Tucana. And also, folks, say welcome to Jen. Hooray! I'm not going to be running through this game alone today. Jen and I will competing to master the Trails of Tucana, but we're not alone either because you can play along as well. If you're on the YouTube page right now, check out the show notes. There is a link to a PDF you can download and print that will give you this, the La Isla player sheet. It's actually two. There's the Petite and the Grande side. The Grande side, we're going to be playing the Grande side. So go ahead, print it out, download it. Jen and I will sit here silently for 6 or 7 minutes to give you time. Or not. We'll just continue. You can pause. So you can print that out. You can play along. And while Jen and I know our way around, I will spend a little bit more time in the pre-play instead of just jumping right in so that you can play along with us. Although there is one extra setup, 2 setup steps that we have to do before we get going. One is we're effectively playing a 3-player game today. Me versus Jen versus you. Which is why there are A, B, C, D, E. There are these 5 opportunities. If you are the first player to connect cities E to E, you get 7 points. If you're the first player to get B to B, you can get a bonus 4 points. As a variant, you can also add an extra bonus card, which I will do now, choosing randomly. What's it going to be? Never mind, it's that one. It's books.
Books.
In addition, instead of the wombat thing or the obelisk or the dragon or whatever, the first player to connect a book to another book on their map of Tucana, a book to another book, can get 6 points as well. And I mention all this up front because as soon as somebody does this, it's gone. It's first come, first serve. And now that's going to make this a bit tricky. Jen and I, we're going to be racing against each other to try and complete these to get points. You, at home, might complete one of these before we do. And I'm sorry to say, of course, we can't read your mind. We won't know that that happened.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. So, at the end, when we're tallying final scores, you will have to note that, oh, wait, you did the D to D long before Jen and I did. So, Jen, she thought she got the 6 points. You'll just have to remember for your own scoring that Jen did not get the 6 points. You got the 6 points. So that's just something to bear in mind. But otherwise, it should all work out pretty well. And so the other crazy setup task, which is optional. This is optional. So is this. We are all going to randomize our player sheets, which is actually a very cool idea. All right, I'm picking one, and it is this one. These are all the same, just randomized layouts of the letters A through E.
Yep.
Now, here's what happens. Let's see, I'll show you right there. We're looking at this. I am going to read these letters out in clockwise order, D, A, D, whatever, etc., etc. And we are all going to write on our player sheets what the names of this city and this city and this city and this city and this city are. But we're going to do it offset. When I call out, oops, I just dropped the card. I'm going to draw another card now. When I call out the letter D, I'm going to put D in space number 1. Jen is going to put D in space number 2. And you at home are going to put D in space, or space number 2, you're going to put D in space number 3. And then, after that, I'm going to call out C. I'm going to put C in number 2. Jen's going to put in number 3. You're going to put in number 4. So in this way, we all have a different layout of cities. I hope that makes sense. It is pretty funky, but it means, hey, for me to connect D to D, I've got to connect over here to here. But for you to connect D to D, you've got to go from here to here. So we are all trying to pursue different sorts of objectives. Alrighty. So, boop, here we go. And again, if it doesn't make sense, just watch me and Jen. I am calling out the first letter, Delta. D for Delta. I put it on city 1. Jen puts on city 2. You put D in city 3. Next letter, Charlie. C for Charlie. Then, E for Echo. Then, Alpha. Then number 5 is Delta again. Then Charlie. Then Bravo. B for Bravo. Then A for Alpha. E for Echo. B for Bravo. So that is the toughest thing about this. Hopefully everybody has now filled in villages 1 through 10 all around the board. And you can see Jen and I mean, she's got to get from here to here to do for B, whereas I've got to get from here to here. And so we have different goals. And you, of course, you would have to get from here to here, I think. No, you'd have to get from here to here. You'd have to do a different type of B if you wanted to get the 4 bonus points for being the first player to connect B to B. Right, setup is done. We're about to start playing. And in fact, I'll start the first round and explain what's happening. We've got this deck of cards. Every round, we draw 2, bip, bop. And we shout out, forest and water. And now what that means is all of us, me, Jen, and you, can pick anywhere on this map and draw a single line connection. And Jen's thinking about what she's going to do.
Are we actually starting?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go ahead and do it. And what we're ultimately trying to do is make a series of connecting lines, connecting all of these little critters and items back to any village. The faster you can do that, the better. We're also trying to make full lines to connect B to B, and A to A, and E to E. And in this game, normally you wouldn't care about it, but in this game, we really want to connect books to books as well. First player to do that, gets these 2 books or these 2 books. You can see, yeah, these 2 books are pretty close. Everybody might race for that. The first player to do it gets 6 points. And right now we're going to do this. Next, we're going to draw 2 more cards. That'll tell us 2 different types of landscapes to connect, and we can make those connections anywhere we want on the board. So right now, as an example, forest to water, I'm going to go like this. I have made a connection between this forest space and this water space. Why? Because later on, if we draw a water and a desert, then I will have gotten this toucan back to village D. Or I'll have made a trail so the village of D can come out and observe the beautiful toucans. That's thematically what we're trying to do. We're trying to build up the tourism industry of Tucana, and people in the villages want to be able to go out and see all the sights. So I'm crossing my fingers that we'll get, at some point, a water to desert. Although, I don't have to. I mean, I could do water to desert over here. I do not have to continue an existing line. You can always go wherever you want. Now, that's the main thing. We're going to keep doing this, and we're going to do this and go through this deck 3 times, drawing lines all over the board. The end of the game might end up looking something like this. You can see a whole bunch of things connected. This is interesting. There was no connection between these villages and these villages. And how do you score points? Let me give you another close-up. The first time you get an obelisk or a toucan, like I'm going for a toucan, as soon as I get a toucan connected to a village, any village, I will circle this. This indicates during the scoring phase, I'll get 2 points. If I can get another toucan to a village, any village, could be the same one or a different one, I will circle both of these, which means I'm making 5 points. But if I can get all 3 toucans, I will circle all 3 of these eventually. Which means during scoring, I'll get 3 plus 3 plus 2. I will get 8 points. Plus, as soon as I connect that third toucan to any village, I will get to make a free line draw anywhere I want. And that is an incredibly powerful tool. Because if you were desperate to get that water forest you need to make some connection, hey, getting that, you can fill that in and you could hopefully create some kind of chain reaction of connections. So, the sooner you can make these, the better. Because we are going to have 3 scoring opportunities over the course of the game. Which happens every time we empty out the deck. So, once we empty out this deck, everything you've circled, you'll score. Then we'll go through the deck again. Everything we've circled, you'll score again. So if I make this toucan connection quick, that'll be worth, at the very least, 6 points to me. 2 plus 2 plus 2. And hopefully, I'll get the other toucans connected so I can get a bonus move. Now, that's one way to score points. Get trails from the tourist sites to the villages. The other way is to make these connections. As soon as I connect my B to B over here, as soon as I make a line like that, I will score 19 points. Guaranteed. But if I'm the first player to do it, I'll also get a bonus 4 points, and then that'll be gone. So, every line you place, you have to think, What am I trying to do? Am I trying to just, get some more sites to the villages so that I can unlock all these? Or am I going for more of a long-term plan to connect A to A, which is 20 points, or E to E, which is 16 points? But if I can do that faster than anybody else, I can unlock these bonuses. Plus, there's this bonus as well. I suspect Jen, oh my gosh, I thought for sure Jen was going to start working on, nope, I can see Jen has started working on trying to get her dragony thing down to this village, presumably. And now I'm going to assume by this point, you have also chosen where you want to make your connection. And you must do this. You're never in a stage where I don't want that. You must do it. You must draw a line between a forest and a water somewhere. And honey, was that pretty thorough? I was pretty long-winded.
Yeah.
But because of course, I'm not there with you in your home, so hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, you can pause right now, go to Board Game Geek, download the rules for this game on the Trails of Tucana site, and spot check if there's anything.
There's just some minor things like this talks about.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for pointing that out, Hey Pie. This is a nice visual reminder of how many deserts, forests, mountains, water, and wild cards there are in the deck. Water is rare. There are only 4 waters in the entire deck. I've just used one of them. That's why this is a big gamble. Because there's only, maybe I'll see those other 3 waters. And if I do, maybe they'll come out when I get a desert and I'll make that connection. Connecting through water is the toughest thing to do. Maybe I should have waited and tried to go around the long way or something like that. But there are 2 wild cards. And those can stand in for anything. So those are a lifesaver. The problem is, though, when we go through this deck, whatever this card is at the bottom, we will not play it. It'd be really bad if this was one of the wild cards. It'll be bad for me if this is one of the water. We'll see what it is. Oh, and I accidentally, well, it was a desert. And now I need to reshuffle. Hee-hee-ho. All right. So, that's the business. Main thing, just as fast as you can, make these lines to try to connect stuff to villages and try to connect villages to villages. And if you beat Jen and me connecting a village, you get the points instead of us. And in this game, there's the special extra bonus of connecting these books. Right. Oh, I see. Yeah, Jen's going for this because she's thinking, hey, then I could come down here and get this book. So Jen's going for the books, folks. You got to race her. I knew I was going to lose it right off the bat. I'm just trying to get to where I can get bonus points as fast as possible. And I just saw, oh, look, there's a toucan really close. Fingers crossed that'll work out. But hopefully we're ready to go on to the next round. And our next choice is water, mountain. No! If in water desert, I would have been a very happy camper. But it's water, mountain. Everybody think for a little bit about what you want to do with that. Water, mountain. I want to keep pushing that. So I'm just going to go water, mountain. And that means I'm not taking the quickest route, but now the 2 most common things are desert and mountain. Desert is very common, mountain's pretty common. There is a much better chance of me making this connection than that connection. And if the next thing is water desert, I'll be very sad that I kind of wasted it, but we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, Jen has chosen. Jen is trying to get to she wants to get all of her dragons unlocked as fast as possible because, hey, the dragons are the most valuable. 4 points, 5 points, 9 points, 14 points. If Jen can get all her dragons, so this is why I'm losing. But anyway, presumably you have now chosen your second. We're going to move on to the third, and it is desert. Okay. All right. So I think it's time to branch out and try to do something else. Okay, well, since I'm so close to my D, I would like to get both of these Ds connected. There's a desert down here, so I'm going to start working on this because then I could also potentially lead to this obelisk which is unfortunately, the obelisks are the worst. Why am I chasing after the crappy ones? Oh, well, whatever. What did you do, honey? Oh, and so she went for a slightly more lucrative thing. Since she's already drawing lines around her books, she's trying to up her chance of make that book connection. Alrighty, we're moving on. The wild. This can be anything to mountain. Mountain to anything. And here's the deal. That means I could finish this and I could get this toucan connected, but that's kind of wasteful because mountains and deserts are already really common. There's a good chance I'll get this connected regardless. Water is the rarest thing. I should take advantage of some water business. What's the chance of a desert, though? I mean, if I want to just get this obelisk connected and start getting some points. Or what if I want to work somewhere else?
It's mountain something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, right. It's mountain. Yeah. No, yeah. Mountain to anything.
I know.
All right. I will go on ahead and just do this. Completely unconnected to anything. Mountain to, I'm treating this as water. And now if I can get a water forest, I'm starting to make a longer line and starting to go for that big D. Which I shouldn't tell you about, because you should be racing me. But of course, it's obvious what I'm doing. And meanwhile, Jen...
I think I'm just going to do this.
All right, so she's getting closer on her books, folks. All right, moving right along, we have desert and mountain. Can I call it or what? Boom. I have gotten my first toucan. I don't score these 2 points now. I score them once the deck is empty. And now I got to start working on toucan number 2 and toucan number 3. And hey, I could start working towards this toucan, and I got to get this toucan someplace as well. Okay, and Jen's made her choice. Moving right along. Mountain. A wild card again.
Oh.
Okay, our wild cards are done now. There will be no more. Why couldn't it have been forest wild card and I could have done this? Dang it. Mountain wild card. Mountain wild card. All right. I will go like this. I'll treat that wild card as a forest and start trying to get this toucan connected. Okay. Ready, honey pie?
Yep.
Water. Desert. Water, desert. All right. I don't know if I'm ever going to get the water forest I need, so I'm just going to bust out of here because a desert forest is more common. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Desert. Forest.
Yay!
Can I call it? Boom.
Book.
All right, so Jen is done.
Book to book.
Now, of course, you may have already done that 5 turns ago, although I think that's literally impossible. If you got the book just now, you score the 6 points. You tie for Jen. You both get 6 points. And what you do is, Jen writes the book bonus right here. And you do as well. But if, like me, you are not there, well, bye-bye book. That is out of the game. We have lost our shot at getting that. Although, again, if you beat Jen to it, if you did it last round somehow, because I'm not quite sure how you could have, but if you did...
We had 2 wild cards.
Yes, yeah. So if you did it before, then at the end of the game, remember, Jen has 6 fewer points than she declares because she didn't get this, if you beat her to it. All right. And I'm just happy because I got my little wombat connected. That's 3 points back to my Delta village. Okay, ready.
Okay.
Forest. A double forest. All right. I hooked on a feeling. I will connect this double forest and start trying to make the perilous trek from D to D. All right, and Jen will think about hers for a little bit.
Yes, I am just going to go with... Yeah, what the heck. I'll go D to D.
All right.
I'll start working on that as well.
All right, well, you're a different D to D.
Yep.
Next up, desert. Mountain.
Desert to mountain.
Easy peasy. I've just gotten my second toucan. And if I get one more, I get the free bonus. Nice. Where is that toucan? Oh, I haven't even started working on him, though. So I got to start focusing on that. But I would like to beat all of you to get the D, because the D will get anybody who does it 17 points, but I'll get an extra 6 points if I beat you there. Plus, I'm just helping the people of this village, this island. I mean, they're so cut off from each other.
Yep.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Desert, mountain.
That's what we just did.
Yes. And it wasn't even in the same order. I was going to say, well, at least it was reversed, but it wasn't. Desert, mountain. All right, desert.
That's not helping me.
No, it's not. I'm going to come over here and start trying to work around this water, because water is rare, so I can get this toucan over to Alpha. Desert, mountain.
All right, me too.
All righty. Forest. A double forest. All right, I know what I'm doing. Just continuing to forge a path. Although, I could have done that. Oh, nah, I'll live with it. Because unfortunately, I don't have an eraser.
Okay, well, I've got my first book.
Congratulations, Honey Pie. And, folks, it sneaks up on you. This is the last turn. This card will not get played. After we deal with these, it's going to be scoring time. Forest, desert.
Hooray! That gave me...
I don't like the sound of that.
2 books and a
Oh,
dragon or whatever.
Forest, desert.
Either one of those connects. So I got another book, and I get a free drawing.
And a forest desert isn't going to get me anything
And I got
more,
one of those. So I got a free drawing.
So I'll just go on ahead and take this forest desert so I can keep on working on trying to get this toucan later. Oh, so Jen, folks, I'm already losing. So Jen got all 3. She's going to draw anywhere she wants, wild card to wild card. And this round, Like, there was much less water than normal. There were only 3 of the 4 water came out. So, you guys have presumably done yours as well. Hopefully you're doing awesome.
I'm going to connect this because it gives me my second.
All right, so she
unicorn
scored
guy.
5 points. So,
Yeah. That's going to be worth 15 points for the whole game now.
I like I said, I lost when I sat down. I knew that. Okay, so at the end of the first round, we mark here the total. 3 plus 3 plus 2 is 8 whopping points. Hey, honey, how'd you do?
I got 2 plus 2 plus 3, so that's 7, plus 9 is 16.
16 points, plus the 6 she already beat me. She might double me. She hasn't done that yet, but yeah, this is going to be an epic, very, very sad blowout. I mean, to be fair, I'm playing the long game because if I can get this connected, that's a quick 17 points. That will go a long ways towards making up for the 16 she just got now. But we'll see how it goes.
But the good news is I'm going to get that 16 points twice more.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, like I said, I've already lost. Have you? I guess we'll find out. I'm literally flush. I feel so stupid now. This is my life. Okay.
Well, you're explaining everything. I'm free to think.
It's very kind of her. And actually, the nice thing about this game, because we have all the randomized cities, I can always say, oh, I just had bad city locations. I didn't. I suck. So, but we're ready to go on to the next round after we've done our scoring. And we move on to water, desert. Okay, well. Water, desert. You know what? She's so far away from doing the D's. I'm just going to try and get this little dragon here because I'm trying to get to A regardless. And then we continue on to water again. Now the monsoon seems to become water, forest. Well, hey, then let's take advantage of this and start trying to connect some more stuff. Okay. How you doing, honey pie?
Good. I will come up here. Yes. Heading up to Wombatville.
Alrighty. Okay, so moving right along. Forest, mountains. A very common one. And, right, so I've done this. Doesn't do me anything immediately. I just need that forest desert.
I got a wombat.
Of course you did. Ready?
Come to Village B and see our wombats.
Yes. Desert, forest. There we go. So, I just got my first dragony thing. And, I already have my wombat, so that didn't do much for me.
Okay.
But I'm just one step away from my toucan so that I can get a freebie line. And meanwhile, Jen has already gotten 2 freebie lines.
I just got one, so I'm just going to...
I don't even know why I bother, folks. I don't even know why I get out of bed in the morning. This is going to be an epic blowout.
Eat my delicious breakfast.
Yes, there you go. I may be a loser in games, but I'm a winner in life.
Yes.
Okay, so next up we have water, desert. Or I'm sorry, water, mountains. Water, mountains. Wow, all the water is just getting out of the way really quick.
Water mountain, huh?
Water mountain. Yeah, I'm not excited about that. At all. Where's the other wombats? Where's the other? Yeah. I guess I will start. I will continue to lose and just start trying to get my dragon home. Or get the path to the dragon. Are you ready? Oh my god, look at this, folks. You already knew this. Like I said, what I said right at the beginning, you're not playing against me. You're playing against her. I'm just here to be a tour guide.
Okay.
All right, continuing on. Water. Mountain.
Again.
A duplicate. Jeez Louise. Things I could have been told yesterday.
Did you shuffle
I think
these?
that's... No, I just was just checking. All right, so I think that's all the water, right?
Feels like
that's
it.
a lot. That's crazy. Gosh darn it. And it's definitely put my D's on hold. Where's E? Over there. Let's just go ahead and do this so I can start trying to get over to E. All right.
All right. I don't know. I think I'll just...
Hopefully the developers of this game will see this video at some point in the future and take pity on me. And actually tell me what I'm doing so terribly wrong. Because I'm doing something wrong. Please don't follow my strategy advice. Let's continue on with wild card and desert.
Okay.
All right. Wild card and desert.
Well, I'm going to connect these guys, and that gives me another wombat, I think.
Sure it does. All right, so I'm just going to take... Oh, it's a desert, so I can't get my toucan. Of course I can't. Oh my gosh, I'm doing so bad. And I can't get my second wombat. I can't get anything. I have done everything wrong. Water, or wild card and desert. Well, let's just go on ahead and try and get this clued into that. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Desert and desert.
Double desert.
Oh, why the game hate me so? Why the game hate me so? Desert and desert. Now what the heck? I'll just get my first monolith for a whopping point. Yippee, skippy dippy.
Yeah, I'm considering going over. I think I'll do this. I think I'll cover.
I've done the right thing. Desert forest should be incredibly freaking common.
Yes.
What the hell is... I did everything right. Wild card and forest. All right, well, I'll just wild card forest to get my my third toucan. All right, so I just made 3, and I get to do another connection, which will be... so I really should get this wild to do something. I mean, again, desert and mountain is like the most common thing you could do. They're the most common things, or the second most common thing. So I shouldn't waste it on this. Except we're getting on in the deck, and if I don't get this connection, I should do a water connection because it's the rarest thing. But clearly, that's not helping me so far. But yeah, I mean, I need to keep this up for when the really common thing happens. So what am I going to do instead? I mean, I could start working on those forest connections. I could do a connection to water, but I don't need to. I'd rather just go around the more common way. I feel doomed. And I'm sure you're shouting at the screen. You finished your turn 15 years ago.
All right, I'm just going to
and
do this.
you're just mocking me mercilessly, and I accept your mockery. Let's go on ahead and I don't know. That's just no. It's not. I can't do that one. I would like to do that one and get that out of the way, but I can't. I can't work on this dragon. Wait, oh no.
No,
I already did my freebie, didn't I? Did I do my freebie? I've already forgotten.
I don't think so. No. This is what you've been working on this whole time.
I think.
Oh, wait, you
was
had a
doing
freebie?
this. Yeah, I did, but I don't remember if I did it now.
Well, we can wait 30 seconds. They'll tell us.
Yeah. For folks in the future, we're actually watching live, and I've totally forgotten if I took my freebie or not because I was too busy trying to articulate stuff. This is why I make so many goofs, folks. Because I can't just actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Instead, most of my brain power is articulating, strategy and whatnot. So if anybody in the live feed right now on April 18th, 2020 could tell me, did I already use my free bonus for this? Or did I forget all about it and move on to the next thing? Because I genuinely have no idea what I've done now. I think I must have. How could I have not done that? I'm sure I did. Nope. Chris says I still have my freebie.
Yay!
Thank you, Chris. Then I will just go on ahead and... Right, that's right, because I was thinking I don't want to waste it on this. I'm going to waste it on that and get my second. And then the very next thing that's going to happen is this. But anyway... Oh! Yeah! Have already... Okay, Chris, thank you for paying attention. Did I draw these after I forgot to take my freebie? Jeez Louise. It doesn't matter. I lost when I sat down. Did you do this?
I've done that.
I don't think I have.
I did that right there. That was what I did.
I think... Oh, wait, no. I did desert. I think I did that. And then, so yeah, that must have got... Yeah. Yes, I got my toucan. You're right. So we're moving on. Thank you, Chris. I got myself too wrapped up. And imagine when I'm actually playing for 2 players, how scatterbrained I get. But anyway, forest, mountains. And folks, this is why you always watch with the Klingon subtitles turned on, because I'm sure if you were, Paula was making fun of me, and you could have had a good laugh at my expense. And I welcome it. I encourage him to do it. Don't think he's mean. He's a great guy. So, forest, mountains.
Oh, shoot. I just did a bad.
Yes. All right, then you lose. You forfeit the game. That's my only chance. Of course, yeah. Or no, you mean you made a mistake?
Yeah, I made a mistake.
See, if it were just you and you, of course.
So how do we deal with that.
I guess, I don't know. I don't think the rules say, because it comes with pencils, not pens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just make a little note, or a question mark next to it
Well, I've
that you
just
can
done an
scratch
X.
out later or something.
I've done an X.
I don't know. All right. So, anyway, what we're doing, mountain and forest. Mountain and forest. Right. So, mountain and forest. I would like to get my other dragon. My other dragon's a long ways away. Am I going to try and get this down here? Am I trying to go over there? I want to get another monolith so I can get a point off of that. Mountain and forest. Mountain and forest. All right, let's just go ahead and get this wombat. All right, which is my second wombat. Not that they're wombats. We don't know what they are. I don't think the rules ever actually say. We just call them wombats. Okay. Actually, I don't think they really look anything like wombats, do they? I don't know. Anyway, sweeping the clouds away. So, moving right along. Desert, mountain.
Okay, so
What the hell? Or what the heck? Where are the desert forests? This is ridiculous. Yes, 75?
okay,
Have you
so-
won the game yet?
no, but that's the one I didn't.
You
do
are
last
fixing
time.
what you...
Yeah, I'm just saying I did this, and so that now is totally not there. But it doesn't matter.
Meaning you'll never bother with it because you found another way around.
Yeah. So sorry
Okay.
about that.
Desert, mountain. It's just... All right. Next up. Forest, mountain. What was I saying about forest and desert being the two most common things in the game? We've gone through the entire deck and haven't seen it once. We haven't seen it once, even though it should be just insanely common. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. All right, so should I just keep on working on this thing that will literally never happen? It will, of course. And obviously, I really should be thinking more about what little things can I pick up. I've got a lot of stuff. I should be trying to pick up more things. Where's my third wombat? Way over here. Forest, mountain. Yeah, let's just go on ahead and try and make a run for the wombat. Although, what are the chances these last two things are mountain? Nothing. So that is very unlikely. And we already done both wild cards, I think?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, so it's pointless to try and go for that since I've got this and one more turn. So I can't get my third wombat. Obviously, this is a... well, it's possible that might happen. And if I really want to up my chances of getting this dragon off the last thing... It's kind of wasteful, but I should do Forest Mountain here because now I've doubled my chances of this last thing getting me this dragon before we do our second scoring. Watch it be desert, desert. Forest, desert. All right, so Forest, desert, I wasted that. But it means I can still head over towards that. So I just got my third dragon, which means I get a bonus. And can a bonus get me anything right now? I could get this book. It's 2 points. That is the, or I could get that, which is 2 points. I should get that because that book would only be my first book. Whereas, yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and get my second monolith because then I'm just one step away. I haven't gotten it yet. Yes, I did. I just gave myself. So I got 2 points, and I'm one monolith away from getting another freebie that will hopefully help. All right, so that was it, and we did not play that desert. And it is time to score again. And so I've caught up with Jen in this arena. So what is this? I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, or no, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32. Is that correct? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 32. Yes, 32.
Good job.
And Jen is at 30. Oh, yeah!
Have you connected anything yet?
No.
Well, neither
Because the rarest thing in the entire game is forest to desert. Didn't you know? Didn't you know that is statistically the least likely thing to happen? Oh, wait, no, that's not the case at all, is it? Apparently it is. So we have just made it through a second time. What do you want to bet we go through this deck one more time and never see a forest desert that I need to connect the two halves? All right, so hopefully you folks have scored as well. Can't believe neither... And what are you about to do? You're about to do C.
Well, if I can connect this, then, yeah, C will
C
be,
to shining C,
and
literally.
B is getting kind of close.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going for D, which isn't even the biggest one.
Yeah, but actually it's exactly the same. If you get first...
Yeah, they work out the same. It's just if I get there first. All right. Okay, so we are on to our last round, folks. Ready, spaghetti. Desert. Water.
All right.
Hey, that's not the most incredibly common thing in the universe.
So
Because it's not. Desert, water.
I've got C to C.
Of course you do. So, C to C. Jen just got 5 bonus points, and we all lost the chance to get it. If we were playing, I think if you get 5 to 8 players, there's actually a first and second for all of these things. But in a 2 to 4 player game, there's only first chance. And of course, like I said, very likely some of you got that before Jen did. So bear in mind, in your world, Jen did not get those 5 points. You got that 5 points. And what was it? Oh, desert water. And I'm just continuing to drown. All right. This is so ridiculous. I've got the most common, easy way to make this connection in the universe. I am incapable of doing it, so I will do the harder one. All right. All right, so there we go. Ready? Desert, desert. Yeah. 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 Desert, desert.
All right. I got a wombat. Got my third wombat.
All right. I will... Oh my gosh. I will just try to get this monolith hooked up so I can get my third monolith and try to get this. All right, so I got nothing. And you did your wombat, you're taking your freebie.
I'm thinking
and meanwhile, I'm peeking ahead at a sad tale.
Oh, what the heck. I'm going to go ahead and take that toucan.
Yeah. All righty. And then we have mountain, desert.
Oh, good.
Which gets me that monolith I just went for. Which gets me something, and so I could just go on ahead and get this book right now, which is 2 points. I can't get to my wombat yet. I could up my chances of getting that wombat and not do anything immediately. I really want to get that wombat, though, because that's my last free. And what are the chances of a mountain to mountain? So my free is I took a mountain to mountain so that I can get that mountain forest and get that wombat connected. So that I can get my... Because I'm a fie upon you books. Clearly I have no book learning, which is why I'm not doing very well. Okay, so moving right along. Water and wild card.
Ooh.
Water and wild card. That doesn't help me there. Of course it doesn't. And that doesn't give me that connection. Again, the incredibly common connection.
All right, I did water to forest.
Why don't you tell the folks why you did that?
Because there's not a lot of extra water things I want to do, but this gets me towards B.
Water to wild card, I'll come here. Because then I could get B connected, because I might pull off 2 Bs. I'm pretty close to that. All right, ready?
Yep.
Desert, desert forest.
Desert forest.
Desert forest. Again, fail at an insanely common thing. And by desert forest, I finally connect my island. All right, so I have done D to D. My first connection, is, which is 6. If you guys did it right this time, you also got the 6. You probably did it a long time ago because it's your first time you ever played, but you're better than me. He said with typical self-depreciating wit.
If you do say so yourself.
If I do say so myself. All right, so anyways, that was D to D. So I just locked in 17 points.
Yep.
But Jen locked in 18 points a while ago.
Well, but
and
it's the same. It's exactly the same.
So, and what else does that do for me? So that means A and A are a long ways away. B and B, so if I can do that and that, then I've got B and B. E and E, obviously the ship has sailed on that. C to Shining Sea is probably, so I just need to focus on these and try to pull these books in and try to get that wombat. Are you ready?
Yep.
Mountain, desert.
I know. Mountain desert, huh?
So, yeah, the thing I could have used 5 years ago. And I'm sure you guys are all thinking, come on! Or at some point, that's the point of this game. Sooner or later, you'll say, choices I could have been offered yesterday. Mountain, desert. Mountain, desert. All right, I really want to get this B to B.
All right, good for you.
So, because a mountain desert and another mountain desert will get B in. Although that doesn't do anything if I don't make the other B, so I got to get the other B locked up, so I'll just do that. And then we've got mountain. Mountain. Oh, you monster! What were the chances? There we go. So I just got my third wombat, which means I can do something which will be a desert. I don't like my chances for that, so let's just go on ahead and do this. And now all I need before the deck is up is a desert forest. And if I don't see that, I will scream. Inside.
No.
Okay.
Um.
That was a gamble. I don't know if I should have done that. And meanwhile, I'm leaving these books on the sideline, but now I'm going Bravo or I'm going home. Okay.
I don't know.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, everybody, say it with me. Forest, desert, no. Forest water. Forest water. So I've got a choice. Do I start trying to bring these books in, or do I just up my chances of getting a combination, because that can get me here? That's another way that I can connect all this in. I gotta do that. I gotta up my chances, even if it's a waste. Like this one was a waste. Although we don't know. Either one of these two is a waste. I've wasted one move, but hopefully it'll pay off and give me 4 points because Jen's not there yet, plus whatever B is, 19 points. This is me crossing all of my fingers.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Forest, desert, water, forest.
Damn it, that's what we just had.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
I know.
All right, well, I'm going to continue to up my chances because, jeez, will this actually make any change? No, a forest mountain. No, I don't need to come over here because a forest mountain I already have that, so I don't have to come there. So there's nothing more I can do to up my chances there. With a forest water, can I get to a book, which I've been ignoring up till now? Nope, that book is not near water. That book is kind of. Yeah, let's go on ahead. Have we seen all the waters?
I don't know. It seems like we've seen a lot of them. There's 4. We've seen at least 2. Can we look? Is it?
We're going to cheat.
There's 1.
1, 2, 3. There's one more water. 4. No, there is no more water. That was the last water. What about wild cards?
Well, I think there's only seen 1. Oh. Have we seen any?
No,
Yeah,
wait, 1. So there's 1 wild card left. And no water left. Oh, man. I don't like my chances.
Have you done this?
No, I was trying to decide what to do based on that information I was trying to dig up.
Yes.
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 What about C? C. If I get that and that, maybe I should. Maybe I should try for that. So that's that and that and that and that. So I could get C. Let's do it. Let's go for that.
Okay.
What is it? Forest water, right? All right. And if I get a forest, and I get that one, that was a dumb move. As soon as I did it, I realized that was stupid. Forest. Wow. Okay. That was stupid, except for the impossible happened. So now I'm close to getting those in. All right. Although I should have paid attention. I don't know if that forest. Oh no! I should have done this to get that book. Oh well. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all coming down to the wire, folks. We have.
I know, and I've got 2 villages.
2, 3 more turns. How you doing? Let us know in the comments.
All right, I think I've got
sure
every
like
possibility here. I've got.
All right. Well, it's desert mountain. Desert mountain.
I know.
Come on.
Are there any forests left? Can we check that? Because then I can maybe just give up on
we
this.
already cheated a bit. God. Oh. Desert mountain. I can't do that. And that doesn't help there. So everything I'm trying for. Come on.
I know.
You don't get to say I know. You're already winning.
What? Not
What?
very much.
Yeah, you are. You scored twice as many points as me in the first round, and all I've done is kind of catch up with you since. So, no, you have. At this point, I think I might as well just throw everything away and just try to get over this stupid book and get 2 measly points. The 2 points is not going to get me there. But desert and mountain. And again, I know you folks are shouting at me. Do X, Y, or Z that I'm too blind to see. I guess... What, do we have 1 more action after this? No, we have 2 more.
Hopefully we have 2. I don't know.
So I'll just do this. Because I could get that one. And no, I can't. I can't get to that. So that was pointless. I don't care. All right. Wild card.
Yay!
Forest. Fine. Forest to desert.
So have you
Although I
already
could
been
be
D?
anything I want. I'll make it this one. I'll make it this one. And so I just got B to B, which gave me 4 points. And what else happened with all that?
I don't know. Have you already gotten D?
Yes,
You've
I did a
gotten
while
D.
ago.
Okay.
So anyway, folks, score your B now if you haven't already. So now there's just A and E. And what did I do over here? I did. Oh, what stupid thing did I immediately as soon as I did I realized it was wrong. It was that. Okay, I was a stupid head before because I just got discouraged and I thought, oh, I'll go for E because I could add it up, but I couldn't because there's not enough. So I didn't do this. When that forest desert, if I'd actually gotten out of my pity party, I would have done this because I have a shot at that.
Right. So cross out whichever one you didn't do.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was dumb. By the way, folks, this is how Jen and I roll. We let takesy backs 24/7. We are the take back king and queen because we care more about having fun, and even more than that, we care more about our partner having fun than about the letter of the law. And here is for all the bananas, folks.
Oh, it's not going to work.
This is going to be what I was waiting for all that time, and never, ever, ever. It's going to be mountain forest. Forest desert. All right, so didn't quite make it. Forest. Oh, nope. Cut off. Didn't quite. We tried, but we ran into a canyon, as you can see over here.
Yes, that's very bad.
Didn't quite make it. All right, can I at least pick up a book now? I'm sure I can pick up a book. Yeah. So I'll just get a book for 2 points. Beep. All right, and that was it, folks. How did you do? Oh, Jen's still thinking.
No.
And
look at this.
And here's what it could have been. It could have been this. No, it could have. If it had been this, I would have made. So from one card, this instead of that, I would have scored 23 points. And I probably would have won.
Yeah.
And it was a 50-50 chance. Fate. All right. So
I'm going to get a toucan, I guess. That's all I can get.
So,
oh, but wait. Guess what?
God.
Oh, my gosh. B. I got B.
Happy days are here again. The sky is shining clear again. Happy days are here again. All right, so tally up your last. So 5, 10, 14.
Oh, wait.
40.
10,
so that
15,
is
19, 23, 26, 30, 40.
80 points, and I got 2 of those.
Okay, so then we add those up. That's 35,
10,
45,
and
54, and 11 points.
Am I forgetting something? Yeah, so I did those. And, and all of this business. Where do you write that down?
What business?
The 19 and the 17.
Here,
Oh, we were supposed to put it there, which I didn't.
What did you...
I added these up and did that. I got myself mixed up. Okay. So ignore all that because that equaled 80 plus the 10 there plus 19 plus 17 is
11.
36
2
plus 36. 36 is 46. 126, I think. I don't know. 126 to 151. Can I call them? But if it had gone the other way, Jen would not have gotten that huge windfall she just got. I would have gotten an extra 20 points and I would have won. So that's actually probably the closest I've ever come because it came down to one stupid card. And that, folks, is Trails of Tucana. And I hope you enjoyed the run-through. If you'd like to hear some final thoughts now, you can hit that I up in the top right corner screen or follow the show notes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
All right. I apologize if I was a bit too much of a whiny whinerson. It's a bad habit, I know. But I try to do it with a sense of humor and self-depreciation anyway. Plus, it's just an easy thing to have patter for, instead of just a video full of silence. No offense to my fellow YouTubers out there, but I do like to keep the patter going. So, how'd you do? Did I add this up right? 80 plus 10 plus 36? 90, so...
So that's 90, 126, yeah.
Yay! At least I did the math right. Okay, 151 is the score to beat. Although, remember, I'm sure some of you, Jen did not get her 151 because you beat her to the punch. Okay.
Are you going to check and see what everybody's saying?
Yeah, let's do that. Because we're not, the run-through is over. Just take a quick looky-loo. 98, 101, 98, 165.
Well done.
Queen Martha. Wow, well done, Martha. And yeah. 160 or yeah, Martha. Martha.
She cleaned up.
Yes. It's a good thing we changed the volume level for you, as I'm sure that's what Hannah, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that I lost by 1 point. But congratulations. I'm actually very happy. Hopefully everybody had a good time. It may sound like I was having a miserable time, but I wasn't. It was a fun game, definitely. And whoa, 171.
Wow.
By George.
My goodness. Well done.
All right. Sorry, Martha. You have been usurped by King George. You've lost your queenhood. But now we do some crazy business. Hey, look, it's Kanagawa. We have to rip and punch.
Okay.
Alrighty.
It's not too much punching.
No, that's pretty. Where'd my knife go? My knife! Always keep a knife for the decks of cards. Did anybody have any more? Were people still having weird random pauses? I'm still having them because, of course, I haven't tried to refresh my screen. Hopefully that wasn't proving to be a common issue for everybody. Of course, I asked that, and then I don't actually look to see what the answer is. Okay.
So presumably these go 7.
Yeah.
Order?
Let's see. Need to see how we're going to line this up. All right, so we'll put this up
Oh,
here.
look at this cute little mat.
Yes, it is. This is real wood. Don't know what kind. Is it actually real bamboo, I wonder? Probably not. Or maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. So, well, that's going to be off the screen. So, there are a bunch of these scoring things. And I think you can't stack them up, unfortunately, so they're going to take up a lot of space. Because they have different scoring potentials. So we kind of need to see, because if you decide if you're going to go for the 4 or the 7, you need to see, well, why would I go for the 7? Because I'm getting this extra thing.
Okay.
So we have to kind of, now one thing is, we're playing a 2-player game, so all of this is dead space.
Okay.
So we could start stacking them like this, and then just let them come down, something like that.
Okay.
I'm going to get a drink of water. I am taking actually a lot of solace in the fact that, but for one card, I think the math would have worked out that I would have won. Alright, so this is our starting studios. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
You take the third one. Pick another one between 1 and 3.
2.
There's the second one.
Okay.
That is your studio. I'm a master of painting mountains. You are a master of painting forests.
Okay. And apparently I like
New York
bubbly mountains, and you like leafy mountains.
That's weird. There's only 2 of these pinks?
Yep, and 2 of the purples.
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, yes, there is. Okay.
I'm looking at
2
the
of the
punch
pinks and
out.
2 of the
That's all there
purples.
was.
Yep, yes, it is. All right. All right, so these are all scoring thingies. Or we're racing to be the first to grab all these.
Okay.
And you do. I get it from left to right. It doesn't matter, but that will drive me nuts.
Okay.
And folks, for the folks out there who have played Kanagawa, I have not. So since we're not actually trying to keep a real run through going, I'll be a little bit more attentive to or I'll try anyway. I don't know. We'll see. Right. So this is my. Or no, we're gonna run into each other. All right. You get out of the way. You come up here. You come up here. You come over here. All right. So you guys can still see all that, I think. They're kind of put out in a nonsensical way, but then my studio can be over here and expand in this direction. Your studio can be over here and expand. Probably need to expand in like this direction.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody can still see stuff.
Okay.
I'm right there with you, Rich. Rich Clark. Thank you for putting them in order.
I thought I was putting them the best first.
Yeah. One of the many things I do to pass the time while Jen is analysis paralysis in a particularly heavy game is, oh, that's out of order. Let's fix all those things. Although, Richard, I probably drive you nuts because I do tend to, all the cubes, I just put them in a big pile. Don't even bother to separate them. Which I know, madness! Madness! Okay, so we need to shuffle the shuffle out of this.
Okay.
And these are tough little...
So we just, they're colored.
Yeah, yep. Oh my gosh, these are super stiff.
Well, why don't we just...
Well, I was
while
trying
you
to do a little bit. Oh, all right, then. If we're not gonna, then we'll swoosh them. Swoosh them. Swoosh. You folks can swoosh, can't you?
Definitely can swoosh. Okay. There's a lot of blues over there.
Well, I mean, this is just a start, and then...
Okay.
And now you can do some pile shuffling, and that should be enough.
Okay.
And there should be a rulebook here. Yes. Hey, Honey Pie.
Yes.
The year 1840. In Kanagawa, the great bay of Tokyo, the master Hokusai decided to open a painting school to share his art with his disciples. You are one of these disciples, and more than anything, you want to prove yourself worthy of the crazy old artist. Follow the teachings to expand your studio and paint your preferred subjects, trees, animals, characters, or buildings, all the while paying attention to the changing of the seasons in order to make the most harmonious print, the one that will become the work of your lifetime.
Okay.
Okay. And that's all you need to know. Good job.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so hippity skip. What are these? Oh yeah, these are the whatchamajiggers, the storms. I recall that. All right, so we each start with 2 of these. Somebody is the first player, who is therefore they have the master and the apprentice. I need to be over here, so I've got some room to grow. I have no idea how many cards we will ultimately have, so we might have to shift stuff around if we run out of space.
These look like
These are paint pots. They are not straws. Those are brushes. These are paint pots. I assume themed after the real way that they are done in this part of the world. I'm just going ahead and make the screen full screen so I can make sure. Well, that's a little crooked.
Oh dear. Oh my.
Let it go. Let it go. All right. Let it go.
It's fine.
Can't adjust it anymore. All righty. So, and back to the overhead view, and back to the live streaming so I can make sure everything's still fine and dandy. Yep, stream is still excellent. Hoorah. Okay, so this is a draw pile. Right, here's the way the game works, Honey Pie. The structure around is very simple. First, we will follow the teachings of the master, then broaden our knowledge or put that knowledge into practice, and then it'll be time for a new lesson. And we keep doing this until, I believe, this deck is emptied or until somebody has played a print of 11? Yes, you have made, we're trying to make this big panorama. They call it a print, this work of art that's a huge panorama. Okay. If somebody gets their print to be 11 cards, that triggers the end of the game. Okay. Otherwise, the end of the game is at the end of the round when all the cards have been taken. This is a lot of cards. I think we're going to run out of space. Well, we'll worry about that as we go. Well, actually, here's a sample of what one looks like. So this person went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we can just shove your stuff over there and folks don't have to see everything. Or we could actually move the picture of us around as well, I suppose, if I'm so inclined. But anywho, we'll just go with this for now. So I'll be over as far as I can, while still letting you getting your space to go there.
Okay.
Okay. So here's every round. What was it called? The teachings of the master means the master gives us a lesson. Okay. We draw 2 cards. And we put one here and one here. And those are upside down. Okay. Or are they?
Well, that looks like a...
Yes, I've just now made them upside down. They should have been the other way. If you would like to fix that.
Okay.
If you would be so kind. Yes. Okay, so now this is the first lesson that the master is giving us.
Okay.
We have a choice in turn order, and I'm the first player, so I could choose this first. This is a lesson, this whole column, and this is a whole lesson. Okay. Right now, there's not much of a lesson. I could say, done, thank you, master. You've given me all I need to know, and I could pick a column and take everything in it.
Okay.
And now, as soon as I do that, there will be another round of lessons, which means the second row of cards will come out.
Right.
But since I already finished mine, that means this will come out, and you will get this plus one more thing.
Right.
But if neither of us take this, we will go to the second lesson. One card will be face up, one will be face down.
Ooh.
And if neither of us take these, then we'll go to the third lesson. And because I am the first player, I will pick a lesson and you'll take it. But if I take the second one, or if I really want this and I just want to get a little bit more, I take this.
Yep.
Then we go to the third lesson, you'll get this, and whatever this is.
Yep.
So that's the draft.
But does the second column refill if you've taken it?
No.
Okay.
Basically, at the end of the round, there will be no cards here because I will have emptied a column and then you will have emptied a column.
Okay.
Or vice versa. Obviously, you could go first.
Right.
I mean, you could look at those and say, I must have that. I mean, I might want this because if I take this, so the next thing is, so say I ended up getting a couple of cards, right? Yeah. From this, out of that. These are multi-use cards. I can either apply their, I can either broaden my knowledge, which means I take the card, I flip it like this, I slip it in here, and it gives me more powers in my studio.
Ah.
Or I could actually apply the knowledge I've earned and actually continue the painting.
Gotcha.
And as you can see, they're designed to be one long what's-a-majig.
Right, and you like black. So
Now, see, that's the thing. I can paint this because my studio has already learned how to paint mountains. This is a mountain thing. You would not be able to paint this if you had taken it.
Okay.
Because if I want to paint a thing, I have to show that I've got one of these paint pots on a thing. Because I've got because I've activated one of these, I could paint this.
Okay.
But now this one, hey, I took this one as well. Even if I wanted to paint it, it's a
yellow.
It's a season. I think that's what it is. I can't paint this because I have not mastered seasons, which means this would have had to come down here. And that's not bad because, hey, it's worth a point. And I would immediately grab the apprentice. Now, that means if you had the apprentice, I would grab the apprentice.
Okay.
The point of the apprentice is at the end of the round, whoever has the apprentice becomes the new master and will be the lead player next turn.
Okay.
And being first is a big deal, obviously. So for every card you take, you are going to do one or the other. You cannot paint unless you have the mastery. But you can always just add them down here, and that unlocks more and more powers. And there are a bunch of different types of powers. There's a summary right here on the back of the page. One of the powers is this arrow. This is our starting. Our powers at the beginning of the game are: I can paint mountains. Mm-hmm. I have 2 paint pots, so I could paint 2 mountains. Well, no, I can't though. I could only still paint 1 mountain in a turn because if I had 2 mountains, if I had this in another mountain, and I want to paint both of them, I'd say, oh, I'll paint one of them, but then, oh, I don't have another mountain thing to put my other one on. Okay. For everything you want to paint, you have to be able to put a paint pot on an existing thing. And now the thing is, once I put this here, it's stuck here, which is where this power comes in. Because later on, if I had taken this power, I could, this means, for every arrow I have, that means I can move my existing pots to another space. So I can move this over here, which is a wild, I can paint anything, and then I can put my other paint pot here. As an example. Not that I had to. I could have just left this here and put this here. But eventually, I'm going to have a whole bunch of different things. And if I want to be able to activate, oh, I can do 2 mountains. Okay, I've got that, and I can move the other one over to the other mountain. Okay. And the more arrows you have, the more you can move. Another power is you're going to get more of these. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of them we can get. Okay. And let's see. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is this is a powerful thing. So you will lose 2 points at the end of the game for having the power to be able to paint anything, presumably very poorly. One would have to assume. Very slapdash. So that is the nature of the game. Okay. And we're going to do that until somebody has painted 11 or until that deck is empty. All right. And, oh, yes. After you have done using your cards, immediately confirm whether you have gotten any one of these bonusy tiles. One of the diplomas, because we're all in painting school. So, the diplomas are the first player to have 3 paint pots. Mm-hmm. So if one of these cards were to give me another one, hey, not only would I be able to do more stuff, but I could go on ahead and lock this in. This is a point, and I will immediately again grab the apprentice so I can hold on to first player. Okay. First player never changes unless somebody gets the apprentice. That's the only way it changes. But I have a choice when I get my 3rd paint pot. I can claim this, or I can say, no, I'm going for better. And that means I can never claim this. But as the game goes on, if I ever get a 4th one, I can claim this. Okay. And the same is true for all of them. If you make 3 trees, you could get this. Or you could say, no, I'm going for more trees. Once you get to 4 trees, you can take this one, and you will get a storm cloud, which you use at the end of the game for scoring. Or you could say, no, I'm going to keep going until I get my 5th tree, at which point, and you can't change your mind. If you go to the next one, you have forever said goodbye to this.
Okay.
And now you've got to wait till you get a 5th tree, at which point you could score 7, and you would immediately get the apprentice.
Okay. But you can't have the 3 and the 4 of the same
That
color.
is correct. You can only ever have one, and once you've skipped one to go for better, you've said goodbye to that.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of a push your luck thing. And so all of these are, you have 3 trees, 4 trees, 5 trees. These ones are specific types of animals. Have this pair of animals, if not, have this pair of animals, if not, have this pair of animals. Or this threesome of animals. Let's see, the character ones. This is, have 2 different characters, 3 different characters, or 3 of the same character for the big niner.
Okay.
This one is have 2 arrows. We start with 1. This one is have 3 arrows.
Okay.
This one is have 2 buildings.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is buildings in the print. Not the ability to paint buildings, but actually buildings in the print.
Okay.
And the same thing for the trees. Have the trees in the print. It's always, well, okay, yeah. These triple ones are always have them in the print. These double ones, how many are double ones are there?
Just the pinks and the purples.
Oh, okay, yes, so I lied. The pinks, the purples, and the blues. All right, let's just put these blues here to make it a little bit more. All right. So these 4 are all in the print.
Yeah.
All of these ones.
Let's put these over there so that it's this row.
But then they're off the camera.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
I'll arrange stuff around a little bit. That's okay.
It's fine. They're fine. No, they're on there.
All right. So yes, this row is all having to do with in your studio.
Yeah.
So and obviously this is you don't have the paint pots, have the arrows, and this one, this blue one, is if you have 2 identical landscapes types in your studio. So as soon as I get a second mountain, I could claim this.
Okay.
It's just 2 points. Or yeah. So that's it. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
And so this is
does anybody know the game out there still watching? Did I get anything wrong? Because we're about to play this for the first time with a very slapjack explanation based on my memory from having read the rules 3 hours ago. All right. I think it's probably going to be okay.
And you get the first player and the apprentice for right now?
The first player and the apprentice. Well, somebody does. If you'd like. Oh, well, thank you. I'm sorry. Tones to my bones. Tones to Bones gave us $5.
What?
It's a feature. If you want to make your chat stand out, as everything's going by,
Yeah.
everybody has. You can see, they can do smileys and stuff like that, but they can do a money button, and they can just give us money.
Wow.
I forget what it's called. There's a term for it, and and whatever, and so and as it zips by, then and it's standard practice for people who do lots of live streams to encourage people to give you some money, that you make sure you read that stuff out and you prioritize what they're saying and all of that. So, Tones to my bones, I'm so sorry. I didn't think anybody was going to do this. I honestly didn't. But thank you so much. And you would like to point out that since I'm into VR, I should do a VR 180 video playthrough so you can watch and play. You can, Tones to my bones. If you go to roundup.rahdo.com, that's a list of all the monthly roundup videos I do. And last month's, March's, in the first, in my first couple of minutes before I start talking about the games, I actually show some video of me playing a VR game and looking like quite the fool. It's not a full run through.
It's awful.
It's just a few seconds, but it gives you an idea. Enjoy. It's not pretty. And Jen, she's seen the whole thing. So all I did was just put up 7 seconds of it.
Oh, thank goodness.
And
he
there was
had 6 minutes of it. Or
no,
something.
I do have a whole 40-minute video of me playing a rhythm dance game, which you can see if you are a backer of the show. If you go to patreon.rahdo.com and back at the $2 level, that gives you access to 50 hours worth of ramble videos, where every month I do some behind the scenes stuff. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. The rambles are Rahdo Runs Through related. The video postcards are extracurricular activities. So that's for higher level backers. If you back at the relative level, it's like we send you a postcard every month of what's going on in our lives. Something about the dogs or the chickens, or me making a fool of myself playing a VR video game. But if you don't want to back it, like I said, I put a little bit of it in last month's roundup. And thank you so much for Tones to Bones. This is not me saying, hey, everybody, start drowning us in the cash. We're doing okay, but thank you very much. I'm really touched. I didn't think that was even going to happen. Okay. Right. Stream is healthy. And thank you, Akmai. We are Akmai's favorite couple in board gaming.
Oh, that's very nice.
I think for a while we were the only one. But, no, actually, because at the time, you know, Jen refused to be on camera for the longest time. But we're not doing the Q&A yet. We're playing this game, gosh darn it. So, all right, so we put the first one out. I could take either of those, which would get me a point. Let me start doing that, which I can't. Or I could go on in and get that mountain and double myself up for more mountains, so I could double up for that. Should I take it right away?
No.
All right, well, of course I shouldn't. Okay, I'm passing. Are you passing?
I'm passing.
You're not going to grab my way? Okay, then we go again. And, oh, by the way, we know we have a hint of what's coming.
Okay, so that's a character?
We know this is a character. You know, that's why it's that lady. And remember, there's a thing about getting different characters or three of a kind.
Yep.
And we know this is a tree, but we don't know anything else about that card. And now, once again, I have the option to jump in ski.
Well, so this is a character, but if you flip it over, you can paint green.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, if I take this, I could take this and actually paint it because I can already paint mountains, and I can't take it, but I could take this so that I could start painting green.
Yep.
And I would, I already have first player. So, oh, that's right. We were gonna say who's first player.
No, that's fine. You be first player.
Okay.
He's always first player, so he can kind of teach me how to play.
So here's the thing: I've got to choose if I'm going to do this because if I don't, you could take it, but if you don't take it, then I could get a triple.
Yep, and I get a triple.
And
everybody wins.
No. If I take it, you get a triple.
Yeah, that's what you said.
No, yes, if you take it, then I would get a triple because.
Oh wait, so if I don't take it this time, you get a triple and I get nothing?
Here's the thing: in turn order, we decide who takes. And if I go on ahead and take this right now, you could take it, but there's no reason to because there will be a third round of teachings.
Yes.
And you will get that.
Yes, but if neither of us take it, then there'll be a third round of teachings.
And we will both get 3. That's correct.
That's what I was saying.
Yes. So I have to guess whether you are going to try and double down because that would get you one closer to getting those. And so I will take it right now. Okay. I'm taking this. And so now I resolve this, but in the meantime, no, I think I have to resolve this immediately. And so I am going to go on ahead and get better at this. And I am going to show that I can do mountains like nobody's beeswax. Look at it. So I have done my first character, my first unique character. I have 2 different types of things. I'm holding on. And now you held out for this. You will take this. And if I had taken the first one, you would have been required to take the second. You couldn't just say, oh, I'll just wait until all the lessons are over.
Okay.
So now you can place those. Hey, and sorry, folks. Now you can place those however you want.
Okay. So I can't, unless I do this first, I cannot paint yellows. But I will go ahead and do that.
Right.
Although that's a first player marker right there.
You could, yes. And and you would take this from me and you would be first next round.
So,
or you will have painted your first tree.
So to paint that, I have to put a pot on it, right?
That's correct. And now that pot can only move from that space if you trigger these arrows, which means you can move 1 pot per round.
Okay, and this is just a point.
That is a point.
Okay.
And you will take first player.
Okay, so I think that was the green. So I could have gotten a double green.
Which means you'd be 1 step closer to getting this diploma.
And what is this, double green? I need 2 greens to paint
That means to paint this, you must have a mastery of 2 greens. So if you had done this, you could get this painted.
And
that means you have painted 2 trees towards the 5 you need to get 7 points.
Okay, I'll do that.
There's other scoring things as well. Besides all of this stuff, the other scoring things at the end of the game are just every card in your print is worth a point.
Excuse me.
But it's worth 2 points if it is part of your longest string of the same seasons.
Oh.
I've got a string of seasons here. So you also have that in mind. Okay. You want to start putting suns down because you've broken from winter to summer.
Okay.
And that's where these come in. If you get these at the end of the game, these storms, you can deploy it to turn a space into a wild card.
Okay.
So that's what the storms are for.
Okay, so I have to do this because I can't paint a yellow.
That is correct. Correct. All right. So the points on your lesson cards in the print. And
I've double taken. First player.
And let's see on the diplomas you took and 2 points. Whoever is holding on to the Grand Master Pawn at the end of the game also gets 2 points.
Okay.
Okie doke. So yes, thank Leva. Keep it polite. If anybody follows me from Twitter or something, by all means, wield your mighty Mjolnir and or your wrench. I guess it's not a hammer. All right. So we are moving on to round 2. And the teacher says, this, and this. And you now have to choose.
And now I like that, but I can't paint that because I can't paint black yet.
No, you can't.
Okay.
So you would have to take that as an ability to do those things.
Okay.
So you're not taking, and I could take, and I could paint that right now, and I almost would if it were the same, but that's spring versus autumn. So we'll go again.
And what is that?
That is a I don't know, it's a boar, I suppose. I think the rules actually list everything.
Okay.
So we've got this, and we've got this. And now again, you can jump now, or you can wait for a third. And you will get first dibs, because you have first player.
All right, I'm going to...
You're going to let them all come out? All right. So another mystery, and a character.
Oh.
All right, and so you pick one, and you give me the other.
All right, so this is 2 more green pots, or a black and a yellow pot. But I have to also... Oh, and I'd keep first player, probably. Because I can't paint anything until... Or I could actually paint something. Because I can use this power to move...
Eckhart suggests that you let me win this one.
I don't let him win anything.
I have surreptitiously dropped that hint many times over the years, but she has never picked up on that.
Why would you want me to do that?
I wouldn't want to know that you did it.
Well, I don't play.
All right, okay, so what do we do? All right, so, and now the thing is, I can take these, but you resolve these first, because in doing that, you might get a trophy that I could have gotten, but since you're first player, so we can now think about what we're doing. I believe that's the case. I'm pretty sure you have to respond yours immediately.
Right.
You had to do all this before we would move on to the next lesson, but in this case, it doesn't matter.
Apprentice thing, so there's.
So
you
are going to hold on to yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so actually, is this one?
You didn't give me my. You didn't give me. I wanted that one. I wanted the fall. Look at! Oh my gosh! Come on.
So this one doesn't need blue to paint.
No, this means yes. You need to be able to paint that.
Blue.
Well, you need to be able to paint that icon, which you can't.
Okay.
I don't know what that icon is.
It's a C.
It looks like a wave.
Yeah. I think it's
yeah,
water.
I mean it's a type of thing.
Okay. So I'm going to paint this one, which means I'm going to learn all about one of these.
If I do this, that gives me another painter, and I get a whole bunch more blue.
Oh,
okay.
That's all I got. I got to do that because I can't paint the other stuff.
Well, the heck with it. Let's go on ahead and just learn all of this business.
I can now paint 2 blacks and 2
I should wait.
greens. And then this goes up here. Now, but I can do this once per turn, or what's this thing?
Okay. So, all right. So you put your stuff in place.
I'm going to.
Now, you are going to start using your actions. Are your pots already placed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to do this.
Yes.
To move a pot over here to paint that.
Yes. Okay. So your pots have been placed from previous round?
Yeah.
But you only paint... Oh, because you had the double thing. Right. So you have one arrow. You can move one of them one time wherever you want. You've done that, and therefore you've painted that. Correct. Okay. And so now, without using your arrow, you can paint mountains and single whatsamajigs. All right. I'm just going to go on ahead and take all of these, I think. Oh, and you have 2. Do you want to take this? Because you get first dibs on it before I do anything. That's why you have to do everything before I do anything, because you're first player. You get first dibs on the picking and the trophies.
So this is... You have 3 of any one type, or that you've actually painted 3 things?
No. Remember, these are all in your studio. These are all on the print. Okay. These are all having it up here. These are all having it on the bottom.
Okay, so this is if I had 4 blacks.
If you have 4, you have 2. You have 2 and 2, so you could grab this. Yeah. If you can get a third one, you could grab that, or if you get 2 more, you can grab that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this was creatures.
Have these particular combinations of creatures.
I have a butterfly. That's all I got.
And have 3 different buildings, which we don't have any.
We and characters, you've got.
Yeah, I do have a building, but I can't do it.
Okay.
Can I? No, I can't. So.
Okay.
I am just going to master. Oh, I could do that, but I really would like to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and master all of this.
I think I just saw a red thing pop up on your screen. Is it?
What? Well, it's just every time somebody says Rahdo, it appears in red.
Okay.
Because I am Rahdo.
Okay.
I assume that's true for everybody. If somebody typed in Gator Dave, it would appear up in red on Gator Dave's page, I assume.
Who's Gator Dave?
The person who just played a saxophone for us.
Oh, okay. I can't actually read any of that.
Yeah.
All I can see is a big red box.
Yeah. All right, so I just took everything. Now I have 3 of a thing. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Ooh. And now I have 3 painters. And I've just lost 3 points.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So, but now, and you have skipped on this. You can never take this now. Yep, so this is out of the game. But as soon as you get up to 5, you will grab first player again. Or 4, yes, correct. Okay, so that was that. And we move on to the next lesson.
Okay. Well, that's a wild card.
Yep, and
Nice.
you can take them or we move on to another lesson.
I'm going to pass.
All right, then we go on to another. Or no, I can now take one before we move on to the next lesson. But
Let me scooch these over.
there we go. Yeah, let's go on. Right, and so you get first dibs if you want to take those.
Right. Well, so if I use these both, then I could call that a black and a black and a black and a black, and I could take that.
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, this lets you paint whatever you want, but this is not. I mean, this is a wild.
But I'm not in a hurry for this because
Yeah,
you've already
I mean,
taken
I can't.
yours.
If there were other players, you'd be worried, but in a 2-player game, you're not.
Okay, I will pass.
All right. I will take this.
Ooh. All right, so then
Okay.
I just get this,
Yes.
whatever it is.
Yes. But again, I have to do my because if I get first, because I.
Do you think?
Yes. So I am going to learn how to.
And what was the deal about
paint
having our
whatever I want, and
our
I'm losing 2 points to do it. And I'm now going to paint a mountain, which I can already do. Oh, sorry, no, it's a water scene. All right, so there we go. And I had to use this, my second student, or my worker, or my apprentice, whatever. There we go. And I am done. And now you got your third. Let's see. And in doing this, I now have a buck and a person. That's not helping. I've got 3 winter things. I've got 3, and let's see. So I still only have 1 arrow. And oh, hey! I could have grabbed this,
Okay.
but I'm gonna wait because I'd rather get 3 points once I've got my 4th
Okay.
painting pot. All right, and I am dig doggity done. And this is all gonna be able to come over here. And do you have a question about a thing?
Oh, well, so this one says I can keep 1 lesson card in my hand at the end of
Yes,
each
that's
round.
a very good one. You can grab a thing, but you aren't forced to use it.
Right, so I would just hold it down.
You would
here
hold it
until-
in your hand, yeah. Was that the hidden thing?
Yes.
No, because I would not have jumped if I'd known that was there. That's a very nice thing.
Okay, well, I guess I better take it then. It's the thing I could paint, but... So what was the deal about having the same season, though?
Well, as you can see, I now have 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
That means these are all worth 2 points apiece. Every thing of your print is worth a point. But your longest continuous grouping of seasons, and that includes using storms as wild cards, is worth an extra point for everything in that grouping.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'm just going to hold on to this because I can't paint that, but I might be able...
See, first player always scores the small cards. What does that mean, Nano Rider? I'm afraid I might be getting something wrong. First player always scores the small cards. They're all the same size card! What do you mean? This is the wrong manual!
These are small because there's only a little bit of stuff
I
showing.
guess so, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, are you... Oh, maybe... Okay. Let's look at that. How are these... Oh, is it... Right. Right. Take... As soon as the print meets the requirements, you must immediately choose whether or not to leave a dilemma. Right, so expand your... Right. When you add a card to your studio, immediately apply its effects. Yes. And place a brush, move a brush, take the corresponding... As soon as your print meets the requirements, and all this happens because the game stops while one person is going, doesn't it? All right. Follow. The first player draws as many... All right. These are placed face up or face down. Starting with the first player and going clockwise, choose, blah, 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 blah. Continue your work. You must immediately. You can always add. Choose whether. Pass your turn and don't take any lessons. Or. Help me, Nano Rider, you're my only hope. You're making me think I did something wrong. The action allows you to wait a turn until more lessons. Right. So if you pass, but if you don't pass, in practice, leave the school. You must immediately do all the following: choose the column, continue your work, and take the diplomas. Yeah. So I think I'm right. As soon as you take, the whole game pauses, and that player resolves everything, including diplomas, and then you go to another lesson. Right? I think that's right. I'll wait for him to say, because I maybe just misunderstood what he said. Okay. All right. Anyway, so we have finished the next round, right?
Yep.
All right. You are still. I did not take that from you.
Nope.
No, I did not. Okay.
Ooh, so that one's a wild card
Yes, it is.
automatically.
So
But you need
that would
blue.
automatically continue my autumn or your summer. And you could grab it right now, and that means you'd be giving me 2 cards.
Yep.
This plus a tree.
2 trees. You need 2 trees to paint it. That's
I
pretty
can-
nice.
Well, and here's my problem. I've got all the workers. Oh, no, I can, because I've only got 1 arrow. So I can move one of these.
Yeah, but this is not used yet.
Yeah, no, so I can put one down and I can move one. Although I don't have to move one because I've got this wild. So, but I'm going to lose 2 points for that at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Diplomas. Right. First player always scores the diplomas. But no, that's not true. Because whether I'm first player or not, it says here that when I take cards, whether I'm the first player or not, I immediately do all the steps, including diplomas. NanoWriter, you're wrong, I think. You'll come back to me in 30 seconds. So, are you taking one of those?
I'm going to pass.
That's a rarity. Points that are in the...
Oh, that one's got points too. They're both nice cards.
And you could paint that. She could paint either of those. We could both paint either of those.
Actually, I can't because that needs blue to be painted. I don't have any blue.
You don't have a wild. You're right. But you'll hold on to it. No, but you're already holding one because you still have this that you're going to use because you're holding on to it from a previous turn. Looks like I need to move a smidge to give you room as you grow.
Is NanoWriter back?
The first player always gets first pick of diplomas. Wow, that doesn't make any sense. As soon as your print meets the requirement, you must immediately choose whether to take the diploma. Expand your print. All right, so here's the way it reads to me, NanoWriter. Right, if during the lesson you put it into practice, leave the school, you must immediately choose a column, continue your work, which means improve and expand your print, and step 3, take corresponding diploma. So I'm pretty sure that would be a benefit. And if I passed right,
That makes sense to me.
okay. And I think hey Vladdy, okay, all right. So you said you're not taking those, and you've left me a very tough choice.
Although if I take now, you only get 2 cards. Right?
I will get 2 cards. I'll get that and a tree. And if I go right now, you will take the other one and a tree.
Oh, I'll just take it.
Okay, then I'll take this and a tree. Right, so that's the thing. I can't move forward. The game is on hold until you do everything you're going to do.
Okay, so I had 2 greens, so I will move one thing back to be able to do the greens.
Right, that's your 1 arrow.
Yep.
And so you're
now I have 4 trees, so I could take that.
Or you could keep going for the 5 tree.
Which gives me one of these as well.
That's correct, which you'll use at the end to turn that snow into a sun.
Oh.
And meanwhile, I will think about what I'm doing. But that's the thing. You have to choose. Because I might.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do the diploma, but I have to wait to see if you're going to take it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I should wait because, but these are going to be.
Well,
really
you can
nice too.
see I've got 1 tree to my name, so you're pretty safe. But that's the thing. And there's a lot more trees in here.
Yeah.
I could try to hate draft them away from you, but that seems like that'd be tricky.
Yeah, but this is valuable as well. This makes something 2 points, right?
No. Well, yes. This allows you. If you have a break in your whatever your longest contiguous group of seasons is, every one of those cards is worth 2 points instead of 1 point. So this basically, this could be worth a ton of points. If you have all these suns and you have all these suns and you got something in the middle, boom, they're all connected.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then this is your bonuses that you get to take
Oh,
first
gosh.
player immediately.
Yes.
And obviously if you already have first player, then.
But you still got 3 points.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine this is a very high scoring game.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off for that.
Hooray, NanoWriter! That makes me so happy because I'm not the only one making goofs out there. We're all in this together, folks. All right, so you are waiting until you get your 5th tree.
Yep.
And you have 2 butterflies, but if you had a butterfly and a stork, you could grab that, or if you had a butterfly and a boar and an elk.
So I think I've kind of.
I've got a tough choice here. Because I could paint both of these, and they're both storms, and they're worth points. These are 3-point cards, but I could get that cool. What's it? And I could get first player. But no, I'm just gonna keep on painting. All right, so I need water, which I can do, because also I really want to make the most out of the fact that I'm losing 2 points off of this.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a point for that. And oh, sorry, little fella, I'll put you to work eventually. Oh, and in fact, I'll put you to work right. No, I won't. I'm gonna save that. I'm just gonna use my arrow to move this over here. And paint, and say goodbye to holding the extra card and 2 points. It's a stormy day. Sweeping the clouds away on my way to where the air is clear. Can you tell me how to get, or clean? Whatever. All right, next lesson. You're still first.
Yep.
All right. What are you going to take the master's teachings and run? If I get that, that's my 4th paint pot, and I'll be able to snag that.
Nice.
But again, I'm so far ahead of you on it, I feel... Oh, no, you have a 3rd. No, you don't. All right.
Nope.
Although you want that sunshine.
I do, but I can't paint the blue.
Well, you might, depending on what else comes out.
Exactly.
And you can also carry one thing over. So you don't have to keep carrying this over. I'll keep it on screen so everybody can see you. Remember, you have
sorry.
this.
Okay.
Because you could just go on ahead and put this in and score a point and take first player, etc., etc.
I'm going to pass.
All right, you're letting it go. I cannot do a double water. I can do a single water, and I'd get my 4th worker, and I'd take that what's it away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Taking sunshine?
Yeah, and so you get that plus one more thing. This is just going into my studio, which gets me my 4th Who's What's It, and gets me my super diploma, which unfortunately is only worth the points and doesn't give me a first player.
Well, I guess I'm painting this with my 2 more greens, and I will take that green 5. So I've got this. So you didn't take first player?
No, I did not. I
would have taken it back.
That is not my thing. I'm not all about first player.
I can only keep
ladies first.
one of these things.
Yeah, this is lovely. Let me go on ahead and zoom in for folks. If I can get, there we go.
Well,
and there's Jen's, unfortunately, a bit sideways, but also lovely. Yeah, this is a very pretty game.
I don't know. I guess I can't paint that, so I'll just put it in. I've got another place to put some green.
All right. Well, you're the lead.
Yep.
There's that boar. And there's a second opportunity to move stuff around.
Yep. Wasn't there a thing? Yeah, there was this for that.
Yep. Yeah, so somebody can... this would be a way for me to grab first player if I get that.
Yep. Okay, so... Right. Leaves and flowers. And I'm going to pass. Oh, all right.
I'm just going to paint this.
Hooray! I finally got a different color. So that's one blue.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Shoot.
Wait, how does Jen have 5 trees?
2, 4, 6.
Yep. Yeah. Is that wrong? Yeah, we assumed, this has a double tree symbol on it, so that means she has 6 trees, right? Folks who have played this game before? I mean, some people are saying, do you only have 1 tree? Or actually, this has 3 trees on it.
Well, no, because this is a single.
You know what? I think you have 3 trees. There's 1, 2 specific 3 trees on here.
What?
There are 1, 2, 3 trees on this. You have 3 trees.
But this is trees, and that's trees.
Nope. This is a landscape shot, but the element on this is a person. Thank you, whoever said that. So,
wow.
I mean, you're still doing really well, but it's going to be a while before you can get to those higher trees. And this will do it. Here's the 2 more trees you need to get the 5.
But I can't paint yellow.
You can hold on to it.
All right.
And you could go on ahead and paint this, and if you get a storm, you can turn it.
I can't paint it. I don't have yellow.
Oh, you don't have either of those. Oh, and you only have to carry 1 thing.
Okay, well, that's what I'm doing.
Thank you. I forgot who said it. Yes, I think that's right. I mean, it's not these icons; it's the actual art itself.
Okay.
Which makes sense because it's not like there's a butterfly icon here.
Okay.
Okay. Phew. I might have a chance. All right, you're still first player. You're still the teacher's pet.
All right, I got to get to paint some yellow. Get on with this business, I think. Both of those are very nice, though. I'll pass.
First player for me. Hopefully, unless you. No! You take first player back?
Well, hold on.
Oh, yeah, you're going to paint that.
I'm not, because this gets tucked.
Yeah.
So, and then if I did that.
Yes.
So, okay, now I have 5 trees.
Yes, okay. So that's done.
Okay. And then I have to decide if I'm going to keep this guy for this, or I think I'll take first player back. Oh, wait, and then I had to move this over.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, no, I went first. Because I went first. I took it.
Yep.
And then you took it back. And it's at the end of the round. Whoever has this. Fine.
Okay.
All right, teacher's pet.
Yeah. So now I don't care about trees anymore.
All right, what do I have? I need to have... Oh, no, I still don't have that. All right.
Okay, I'll
pass. I don't have that. I do have that. All right, so you're passing?
So I have 2 butterflies.
All right, I'm passing as well.
I don't think that matters. Oh, wait, what is this? What is this?
That is have 4 of the same type of thing.
I've got 4 greens.
Then you have this, which was another point, which when you... and you had to do that immediately. So you just forgot to do it. I mean, you missed your chance, but it's fine. Obviously, you just forgot.
Yeah, I started looking at things.
So... All right, and you're first.
So, ooh, this is a nice one, but it's at 2 points.
Yeah.
And a character.
It's served me well.
Yeah, but now I've got... Are these all the colors? Colors? Yeah, those are all 4 colors. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yes, thanks, Marius. Jen just spotted that herself, which you've probably seen by now.
Okay. I pass.
You're passing again. I don't have that. Which would be that. And I don't want that, and I take that. I could take that, and I do that.
Oh, all right. So apparently this butterflies, boars, and
yeah,
stags.
The only thing where you want the same is people. You want different people.
Or you want 3 of the same.
Or 3 of the same.
Yep.
But everything else, it's always 3 different buildings. Or I guess trees are the same. But 2 or 3 different people, or these very specific combinations of animals.
Yep. Have you seen any other animals? I think that's...
Well, we've seen butterflies and...
stags and whatever those boars are.
I mean, we still got a long ways to go. All right, fine, I'll leave it. All right, so tell me, what am I getting?
Okay. Well, I'm interested in wintertime now. Don't really care about trees. That's a character.
By the way, this is not a run-through. You do not have to articulate your thoughts if you don't want to. If you just want.
I'm just talking.
Okay, no, I was great. Normally you don't when we're playing by ourselves. I was just saying you don't have to be performative for the folks.
Performative. Yeah. I think... Yes, I'm going to do these.
Then I guess I'm going to do those.
And I got another tree. Okay, now I can only move one thing, right?
What's
Because I've only got one.
Currently. But no, you could build this first. You could add this, and then all of a sudden, you have that power immediately.
Okay.
Although you can only use it once per turn.
Right.
Each pot can only be used once per turn. And if you have 2 moves, it's not like you can say, oh, I want to paint a sunshine, and then I've used 2 moves. I'll move this out, and I'll move this in. You cannot do that, because each pot can only be used once per turn. Each of whatever.
Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So does that make sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the rules were not very clear about that. You had to really kind of read between the lines. Okay, what have you given me? Oh, you've given me that, and you've given me that. Which, and you've also given me this.
So I'm moving this, and I'm building these 2 things.
All right, and you went first. So this is my chance to find the grab firsty first to first, which I would like to paint this, but I am not going to. I am going to grab the first player, the first player, the first player.
You get both of them?
Well, I get this, but since I'm the last player acting, I'll get this at the end of the round.
Oh, he comes over to wherever.
Yeah, that's
is.
yeah.
Okay.
I am now teacher's pet, and I I can't paint. No, I can't paint this. And I can't hold a thing.
Oh, no.
Shoot.
So does that mean it just gets discarded?
No, it just means I
Oh, right, of course.
always add to the shop. Crap. Crap. Crippity crap.
Well, you can paint the green one.
Yeah, I can paint the green one, but that's not what I want to be painting.
Well.
And I can already do all the painting of greens in the world. So maybe it's time to give up my long list of stuff. Because it is worth a point.
Oh, wow, look at all those clouds. I didn't realize you had all those clouds.
So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice.
And here's the thing. Could be 8. I don't know. I mean, you know what? I think I'm doing pretty well not being first player.
Okay.
I think I'm going to paint... Oh, no, but I can't. Yes, I can. Because I can paint anything, just poorly.
Okay. So that was your yellow.
Yeah, and I'm continuing my string. And so that's done. And now I could paint a green and a mountain, because I still haven't even assigned those guys. So I could paint this. No, I can't. I don't have 2 yellows. And even if I did, I mean, I can't use this for the second one, so I'd have to have other yellows. So this I have no choice. I now can do a double mountain, though. That's all I can do with that, since I can't hold it like you can. And this, I could paint this, but I'd be breaking my string. But it is worth 2 points. And it's not like I can keep the string going forever. So I think I will go ahead and paint it with this guy who's already assigned.
Okay.
All right, and we go again. And hopefully I will get a storm cloud at some point, because there's more autumn stuff.
Ooh.
And I got my first tree. And I need to get 3 more. And there's 3 trees right there.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, I'm passing.
All right. Oh.
Oh. I am passing.
Healy. I am not.
Okay.
Okay, so you. I am.
What? What is this?
That's a card.
What? I thought there was only 3 types of creatures in this thing.
I don't know. I mean,
Apparently, I've got the
I
stork.
think there's 4 types.
I've got a stork now.
I think there are 4 types of creatures: butterflies,
Yes.
elks,
Yes.
storks, and boars.
Ah.
All right, so I did that, and hopefully I'll fill this in at some point. Because otherwise, well, that's still a point. And I did that with this, and then this, I could paint, but I am finally going to take first player.
Well, you
Unless, wait, oh no, hold on a second.
Because I got these.
Right, see, that's the thing. You've taken. I now know what you can do. I shouldn't know what you can do. Can you tell me what I saw?
You didn't.
Because
see
at the
this.
moment I saw.
Yes, that's what you saw.
So at the moment I saw this, so I could see that you could take first player back.
Yep.
All right, then forget it. I'll just go ahead and paint this and score another
Forget it.
point. Because I can paint anything. By the way, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Game's over.
Right now, because you just finished?
My print has 11 pieces in it.
Okay, did you just do it though?
Yeah, I think we finished the round.
Okay, well at least I keep the thinger.
At the end of a complete round, when 1 or more players has at least 11 cards in their print. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So I've only got 9.
All right.
Well, I guess I could have 10. No, I guess I could only paint 2 things.
Let's see. And did I ever do anything? I have 2 of the same people. I do have 2 different buildings, but I think I need no. And at the moment I did this, I also said, "Look, I got 2 different buildings. I will be the master of not very creative building painting." I have 2 of the same stupid person, so I don't get that. I've only got 1 tree, so I don't get that. And I already took my pot one, and I never got an arrow one. No, I didn't. And I already got my, so that's it for me for diplomas. And now this is it, Hank Pie.
Okay, so
And I never used 2 of these. Wow.
So I have used
I really
that
leveraged
green
this
guy.
thing to the hilt.
You did good. So I will right now say I have a stork and a butterfly.
I don't want to hear that, Gator Dave.
What? So
Who produces all those run-throughs for you, huh?
I have no buildings. I have 1 building, so that's not going to work for me.
You need 3 buildings.
I only have 1 person.
You need 2. You've already done the.
Yeah, and then there's no arrow options, and I don't have any options for more paint pots.
All right.
So, I mean, I could just paint 1 of these.
Well, that's a point.
So if I do that, then I don't have to lose 2 points by doing that.
Yes.
So, and then
And you got a point. Everything you painted is worth at least 1 point.
So.
Okay, that's it. Hooray! Kanagawa.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Kanagawa.
6, 7, 8, 9. I did 9.
Alrighty, so final scoring. 1 point per lesson in your print, and 1 additional point for every lesson in the longest, every lesson card with the longest sequence of seasons. The points on the lesson cards in your print, like those. Yep. The points on the diplomas you took, or negative points, and then 2 for whoever. Wait a minute. Oh! 2 points for you because I didn't take the Grandmaster from you because I realized I could end the game really quick.
But
That'll probably, and you would have taken it back anyway.
Yep.
Because no, didn't we do 3 this time?
No, yes, but you did it first.
But I wasn't first player. Did I take 2? I think I took 2 again. I'm pretty sure I took 2 again.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, so we'll see if that paid off. So, wait, and what about including the starting tile? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay.
20, 21, 22, 23, 22, 21.
And then your other tiles.
21, 22, 23, 4, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
30. Okay, so I've got... Is that 1 point, my starting tile?
Yes, you count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20. 27.
Yep, it's all of
32, 36.
30 to 36. This is my life. Alrighty, I lose.
And 2 points.
And, so 38 to 30. I am 0 for 2 today.
Because you only got 3-point ones and I got...
Yep. I was just trying
ones.
to see how well I could do going fast.
Okay.
Not very well, it appears. That did not work out very well at all. And that is Kanagawa. Alrighty, folks. So like I said, at this point in the traditional Rahdo Runs Through Live, we'll do some questions for a little while. And then we will go back to our daily lives, and you guys will go back to yours, and thus endeth the story. So we'll give you a few seconds to start thinking of something to ask, or we will go on our merry way. And I'll get that out of Jen's way.
What? Oh.
So they can see ya.
Oh, I don't care. I think you need a bigger camera there.
All right, that was fun. Thanks. You're welcome, Leva. Okay. Let's see. Now the interesting thing is, back when we used to do these 2 years ago, remember I always complained about how it would keep scrolling and you can see and I always found that on the phone you could keep up with everything.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. I would like to think they've actually fixed that. Although thus far nobody's asked any questions except, honey, did we enjoy the carrot cake?
No.
No, it was a low carb.
I've never made carrot cake before where the carrots turn green, and apparently that's because the recipe called for too much baking soda.
Yeah, she has a recipe she found on the internet.
Which was low carb carrot cake that everybody loved it, and I took it. My coworkers didn't even know it was low carb, and blah blah blah.
And it was a lie.
Yeah, it was quite. I always say granola-y, but I mean that in the whole germ sense of the word. Just really. I think it's almond flour. Almond flour is just too meaty.
Yeah, it was a combination of almond flour and coconut flour.
Yeah, but it was 2 cups of almond flour and 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. So it was just too much, and it had a full stick of butter in it. So I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't moist. It was moist.
Yes, it was. It's just it was just
too dense.
Yeah, it kind of made me feel like I'm eating rye bread without the rye in it. It's like a really dense, heavy bread.
Yeah.
That just really tasted of grain, super duper strong.
Yeah.
And this was an interesting try. And I mean, Mom really loved the homemade frosting, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she just buried. I mean, her cake was literally 50% cake and 50% frosting. Her frosting was literally piled on as tall as the width of the cake. It was insane.
Think she probably ate half of that.
Yeah, just on her first slice. Yeah. So she couldn't taste the cake at all because the frosting was good.
Yeah.
Again, and made quasi low carb.
Yeah.
But
the worst part is that I was at Walmart yesterday, and they had a beautiful carrot cake, and I looked at it and I thought, oh no, I've already got the carrots at home. I'm gonna make an
awesome, healthy, low carb one.
And it would have been so nice to have a real carrot cake.
Yeah. Well, don't feel bad for me because after everybody went to bed, I went into the freezer and ate all 4 of those lemon cookies that Edie brought us.
Oh, that's nice.
And I told Mom this morning, she said, "Oh, thank you," because every time I open the freezer, I see those things.
Okay.
And they were excellent. Not that Edie's ever going to watch this, but Edie, they were excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have a lovely lady in our neighborhood that does baking and things.
Yeah, and just can take some around to folks and whatnot.
It's really nice.
All right, so yeah, ixnay on the RRT cake. Okay, sometimes sugar and wheat flour, you got to have it.
I think once a year, times the 3 of us, since we've all got birthdays.
All right. Let's see. Do I ever get tired of being called so many different names? Rahdo, Duck, any others? What is the right? So my name is Richard Allen Ham. My family had always called me Rah, and they never really had any.
And if you had told me in college to call you Rah, I would have been like, yeah, no duh, that sounds great. I love it.
Really?
Yes.
No. Well, she calls me Duck,
Yep.
and husband and honey pie. Do you call me anything else?
Mr. Ham.
And Mr. Ham, she calls me.
That's mainly because I love Victorian
Yeah.
period
She likes
dramas.
to pretend we're in Downton Abbey.
Mr. Ham.
I think that's it though. And people call me Richard.
Some people
And
do. I don't know
my
why.
family calls me Raw, and they also call me Rich, depending. My brother calls me Rich, and nobody's ever called me Rick. A few people have tried to call me Rick, and I've
tried to
always
call you Rick.
shut that down.
Yep.
I am not comfortable being a Rick or a Dick.
I was definitely not going to call him.
Yeah,
Dick.
I'm just not an ick kind of guy. I'm soft around the edges. I can't handle any of those hard k sounds. So no, it's fine. Yeah, Richard and Jen. Let's see. Hope you'll see. Yeah, this is a monthly thing. We 2 years ago, every month we did a live stream, and actually for the last year we have been doing monthly live streams as well, but only for Patreon backers. And it was always so sad because it was only the high level backers, and only a handful of people would show up, and I always felt really bad because there wasn't much chat going on.
Yeah,
and they all said, "Yes, we paid to be able to get this exclusive content, but we want everybody to be able to see it." So year 9 of Rahdo Runs Through starts this month, and so that's a thing we brought back live. It'll be a monthly thing, Saturdays at 10 o'clock. Can't say which one it'll be because it'll be based on her schedule and stuff like that, but you'll be seeing us again. What is the last game that really surprised us for the better that we had low hopes for and really surprised us?
Deadly
Can you think of?
Doodles?
That's a good one. That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
Because that was really nice. We played that at Dice Tower
Yeah.
West.
And it's just because somebody had just bought it.
Yeah.
And it, at a booth across the hall from Jen's, and she walked over, and I said, "Oh, I want to play that." And we just got out, read the rules, and played it right then. And I said, "Honey, we'll want to play this," and so we bought our own copy. And that was all very surprised. I'd known about Deadly Doodles, and I figured it was going to be okay, but yeah, we played that a lot. And it has now gone south to another quarantine house in Central California to her sister, our niece and nephews, and they played it the first day it showed up in the mail.
And liked it.
So yeah, Deadly, that's a good one. Yeah, I think so, because actually, honestly, I'm generally not very surprised, good or bad. I usually have a pretty good idea. It's rare that a game sneaks up on me like that, and that one snuck up on us because of that situation.
I wasn't even on your list, was it?
No. I mean, I knew it existed, and I looked at it and thought, "Oh yeah, that'll be fine. I'm sure it'd be nice," but I never really sought it out.
And we actually went across the street and bought it.
Yeah, or across the hall.
The booth street.
Yeah. Right. Next up. Yeah. Yes, actually, that's a good point. Thank you for whoever said that, because I totally forgot. I usually just do a search for question marks. But so far, you guys are pretty slow on the questions, so I'm not having to do it. The cake is a lie. Good one. Which of the games did you like best? Honey, of the 2 games we just played, what do you like more?
I really liked the first one.
Okay.
I mean, this was fun too, but I like the.
What did you think of this?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was
Would you
good.
say it's a keeper?
No, I don't think so.
No, I thought it was very nice, but I think only 2 players, a lot was lost. Only 2 lessons. I can easily imagine how much more compelling it would be with 3 cards coming out every lesson. And okay, well, I really want that one, but I don't mind if I get that one, so I'll wait.
Well, and the diplomas as well. I mean, the diplomas. There wasn't much urgency on the diplomas.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the diploma gameplay might as well have been non-existent, practically, because it was, as soon as I did, Jen's, as soon as Jen was ahead of me, she knew, well, there's just no danger. So I think they could have done a bit more work to make this a more solid game for 2.
Yeah, and I also think if first player had been moving around a lot more, that would have been more interesting.
Well, that's on me. I could have. But, it just implicitly would have if there were more players. Every round, more things would have happened. There would have been more interesting, dynamic stuff evolving. Yeah. Whereas, this was very charming.
Yeah, it was a lovely little game.
It was very relaxing, I would say.
Yes.
But honestly, we don't look for relaxing games. We genuinely don't. If a game is very relaxing, for us, that's a sign of, well, let's go play a game that makes us tense. That's just what we seek out, right? Can you think of a game you play that's just really, it's so zen? And I guess you could say Deadly Doodles did, but ultimately that wasn't a keeper. That was just kind of a nice little trifle for a while. So I think, yeah. I can imagine this being excellent at 3 or 4 players, definitely. And just okay at 2. And again, they made choices. That they just weren't interested in trying to. Anyway, how's that new purple glass, Honey Pie?
This is awful. I haven't done it yet. It's because I have Bullseye on my table right now, and Bullseye and the other stuff, you cannot mix it at all. The glass just won't live together. It'll crack and break and everything. So what I have to do is actually clean all the Bullseye off my table and then get the other stuff out. And it's like a half an hour to get everything cleaned up.
Or you just need a second table and a second torch, or clear out the garage and have a second studio. Your Bullseye studio.
No, I just need. I've been thinking about getting another table and another torch,
What?
to be honest.
I was being sarcastic. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You don't have room for that. Are you serious?
It'd be so much nicer. And I just have the 104 on one table and the 90 on the other.
Jeez Louise, that's crazy. Well, all right.
Otherwise, it's a total process. I have to switch my brain.
And then you get called out in public forums.
Yes, and the silver glass, which is the 104 stuff, that's what I've really been wanting to play with. So, but I keep getting orders, and those are all in Bullseye, so I can't, clear off my table because I got to make my orders. So it's a little bit of a pickle.
Is there a thing I can do to make these appear?
What?
When I see other people do live chats, they can do something so the question we're answering appears on screen. I always think that's really neat.
Wow.
But I don't see any way I can do that here. I think that's because I'm just using the default stuff that's in YouTube, and YouTube can't be bothered to add that. Because I can't click these and make them display, can I? I can report, remove, put user in time. Hold on a second. What's this? What just happened? I just put user. Oh no! I'm sorry. I put you in a timeout. No.
Can you untime them?
Oh, it's a timeout. Hide user, remove No. Oh dear. Okay. I'm sorry.
Who was it? Did you just time out Leva?
Yes, because it was just. It was a question. I was trying to put it on the screen. All right. I don't know what. It just said time. And look, Leva was even being a good. All right. I'm gonna get rid of this. What is this? Why don't you tell me what it is, YouTube? Oh dear.
Can she still hear us? She just can't comment?
I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I'm just put user in time. Time what? Put user on this. Remove report. Oh man, yeah.
Here, do Control minus. Maybe you'll actually be able to see what those are. Because you've got your text a little bit bigger.
Come on. It is. No, still they can't be bothered to tell you. Just put user in time. I am so sorry.
Can you move that whole dialog box over?
It doesn't.
Okay.
And now I've made it so small that I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So we're going over here to the phone.
Okay, well, Control plus will get it bigger again.
Control plus.
So Leva can't actually say anything to us.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I hope that's all that happened. I don't know what that means. I thought it said put user, and I thought it meant they were going to be on the screen.
Yeah, and like in the time.
Yeah, and like in the timeline, that's why I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It says message deleted, view deleted message, and it was Team Jen smiley face. Oh, wait, no. No, I didn't do that. Did she do that? No. Oh yeah, these were still things that Leva was doing. Message deleted by Rahdo. Yeah, view deleted. Usually searches for question marks. Yeah. Sorry, Leva. Oh my gosh, yeah. Another thing deleted by Rahdo. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everybody. Message deleted by Rahdo. View deleted message. Can I undo this? Report, remove, put user in time, hide user on this, remove moderation. No, I'm not going to do that. And it was her question. I just, how do you like the purple glass? But I put her in a timeout.
Jeez.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. So are we guys eating keto or just low carb?
We've been trying to do keto.
How long does a YouTube live timeout last? 30 to 60 minutes. Oh. If you don't send data within this time, they will close. Wait, no. This is the timeout to stop a broadcast. So, no. All right, okay, no, it's a 5-minute. I'm sorry, Leva. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Are we eating keto or just low carb? I will let Jen answer that question.
I don't know.
We're pretty sloppy. We're not consistent at all. I would say we're closer to keto. Here's what we eat on a day-to-day basis. We skip breakfast. We have a lunch, which is eggs, meat, vegetables, butter, cheese.
Yep.
For dinner, we generally, Jen cooks up some kind of meat thing, steak,
kind of
sausage, and some kind of vegetable thing. Sometimes our vegetables on the side. She does a lot of spiralizing of vegetables to kind of create faux pasta, some sauces and stuff like that.
Yep.
So we're close to keto. But we never hit ketosis because we're big fat cheaters all the time with the cheating. So neither, really.
And then I've been making lately a berry cobble.
Yes, that's true. For dessert, Jen, so it's like apples and blackberry, cherry, and
mixed berries.
Yeah, mixed berries.
Mixed berries, frozen mixed berries. I'll throw 1 apple in there, and then
shredded
coconut, and then a little bit of like super duper dark brown sugar.
Yeah.
With cinnamon and stuff in it.
Which, I don't know, is that keto? I don't think so.
It's delicious though.
It is.
And then you put butter on top and you cook it all.
Yeah. And very fast.
Well, it just takes about half an hour to...
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was fair. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to try key lime pie. My mom loves key lime pie, and she has introduced key lime pie to us, and I fell in love with it too. I don't think Jen cared one way or the other. But yeah, it's very good. Which is interesting, because I'm not a fan of sweet tartness at all. But I was very impressed.
Cream cheese from Mary Callender's, though.
Yes, well, and that's very similar to the key lime pie. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're. Yeah, I think. Yeah, anyway, what was the first thing about me that you noticed when we met in German 102 at the University of Washington? First thing you noticed.
I don't remember.
First day.
But the important thing.
First thing you remember
was going down the stairs. I might have been our very first day, and I said, "Where did the stairs go?" And you said,
"Down."
And I loved it.
It's not that good.
It was just unexpected and...
Dad jokes at 19. There we go. Or no, I must have been 20, I'm sure.
No, we were...
No, because I remember I was a year older than you, because I was basically a year behind.
Yeah.
I graduated high school at 19, and I was a 15-year-old freshman because I was homeschooled.
This was in September.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have turned 20 yet.
So yes, that's when Jen fell in love with me, when I made a dumb dad joke.
Well, it wasn't quite love yet, but
yeah,
you got my attention.
Yeah.
I like funny men.
Yes. All right. All right. Hey, watched the video with Tom a few weeks. Often mentioned that you and Bethesda have a history. Will you ever hear the history of that? I mean, that's the last full shipped game I worked on in the video game industry was Brink. It was a first-person shooter. It was published by Bethesda. I'm incredibly proud of that game. I think it is the best game I ever did in my life, and I'm happy it's my last one. But unfortunately, it crashed and burned when it went to the market, even though before that, it has more awards than pretty much... It's got to be tied for having most awards in history. Because we took it on a road tour for 2 years, and it just won best ofs at every video game convention in the world, because it is a fantastic game, and I will say that to my dying breath. But 2 problems. Well, we had a very bad relationship. We had a very rocky relationship with Bethesda Softworks, our publisher. They had a gangster-esque, Sopranos-esque approach to their working with us, which is they're the boss, that we do what they, it was not a partnership. And the biggest problem was, as time went on and edges got more frayed, they started pulling shenanigans of, hey, here's our milestone, we'd like to get paid so we can pay all our people and our bills and all that. And they'd say, oh, well, you didn't do this one little thing over here in the milestone. And yeah, but we did these freaking 20 things 6 months early. Come on! I don't know, you didn't do this one little thing right here. And we're like, we're living month to month here. We're an independent developer. It costs a lot for rent and all this and that and the other. And we have 80 mouths to feed. And you're going to hold us up over that? Well, if you're having a hard time, we could just take over your payroll for you. That's a direct quote. We can take over your payroll. Which was a way for them to say, well, we can just acquire you for nothing. because we will literally bleed you dry because you are not working with any other publishers, so you don't have anything to fall back on. And they did that kind of stuff all the time. Now, I should say that was just high-level CEO management stuff. The Bethesda marketing department were fantastic. Pete Hines and them, they were really supportive and good partners. But yeah, we had very hard times, and they would have happily, and we knew because we talked to other independent developers at the time who were working with them. I won't name names because they're still working. I can say whatever I want, and they were like, yeah, they do that to us too. And we didn't get allocated the same types of resources that internally produced games did. And on some level, okay, that's fair, that makes sense, but still, it was very frustrating. And then the other thing is, Brink is an amazing game, but it crashed and burned in large part, here's the card I dropped earlier, because the test department in Bethesda tried to do some kind of newfangled testing methodology that I forget what it's kind of like Scrum, but for testing, and it wasn't a thorough and effective, and we thought our network code was relatively bug-free, and it wasn't. And when we launched and it hit servers, it died and we had one chance to make a first impression, and by the end of the first week we were persona non grata, and it died on the vine because their test department, we immediately got on the plane and sent out and saw that their test department had these really cool, super expensive hardware to do like virtual testing and all of that, to network loads and whatnot, and they weren't using them correctly because they didn't know how to use them. And as soon as we turned them on, it's like, oh look, here's the problem, and a few days later we had it fixed and we had it patched. Too late. Instantly, too late. Never mind the fact that it was a constant. They kept telling us, hey, we believe in the game, but we're not going to give you any more time. Your ship date, you have to land on this date. And I took those dates seriously, and I cut. I compromised everywhere to make my date. And then every time, they did this like 2 or 3 times. It was the pulling the football out from me, Lucy from Charlie Brown, and said, oh, we'll give you 6 more months. Why didn't you tell me that? Because I wouldn't have compromised and cut all that stuff, because now we can't put it back in. There were so many crucial features that we just had to cut because we stuck to our dates that then they would change. And that never happens. Developers are always the ones that are pushing. And so I should have just known. And, sorry. So there's no one story, but it makes me very angry when I think about it. Obviously. But I've had a lot of time. Do you have anything to add to that, Honey Pie?
No.
And I don't mean to, I made plenty of mistakes developing that game too. I've got my own share of dumb calls. No game is perfect, but yeah, that was easily, in my 20 years in the video game industry, the most stressful, tension, antagonizing relationship I'd ever had with any publisher ever, by far. And meanwhile, the internal teams by Todd Howard, everything's happy, everybody's awesome, everybody's cool. When you're part of our team, is the way it was for internal Bethesda. And meanwhile, we're just out begging for scraps on the street, winning all these awards all around the. Oh man, sorry. Hopefully that answers the question. Let's see here. How can I beat my wife at 7 Wonders Duel? Cheat. But I'm sorry, Sean. I am not the guy to ask. I think I just proved that over the last couple of hours. Let's see. Right. Do I play a lot of solo games? No, not really. Solo games are fun. They're fine, but honestly, I'd rather just lie on the couch and watch a movie or a TV show or watch YouTube stuff, because at any given time I've got a queue of 200 plus videos that I've backlogged that I got to watch. So the only time I really play solo games is when, okay, I need to cover this game. And she is never going to come down from her glass tower and play this with me. Oh, it has a solo mode. Okay, I'll play it like that. So that's pretty much the only way it happens. Would you be at all interested in playing a solo game, Honey Pie?
No.
All right.
I think if we didn't do this for a living, we would play games differently, but...
Oh, here it is. Leave a T was timed out by Rahdo for 300 seconds. We'll have to scroll down and see if she forgave me, because I'm sure 300 seconds have passed by now.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Jeez.
We met in college. What did we study? And how long ago?
Oh, well...
I've talked a lot. You can answer. You can answer for both of us.
Okay, well, we met in college in our first year when I was 18, he was 19. So that's like 30 years ago. And we both took German 102 to get our foreign language requirements out of the way. Well, Stu remembered some of it from high school.
Yes.
And if we hadn't, of course, we'd never have met. So that was a very good
I always
decision.
say the most consequential decision I ever made for myself that had any real bearing on my life was also the most important decision I ever made in my life, and that was to take German in high school. Because if I had taken Spanish, which was totally optional, then I never would have met Jen. And we wouldn't have fallen in love, and my whole life would be completely different. It would be nothing like what it is today. And I can't imagine it would be anywhere near as good, quite frankly. I don't know what the Spanish equivalent of Jen would have been that I would have meant. But and the only reason I did it, it's so stupid, is because this was back in the 80s. I couldn't look things up on the internet. I just assumed, oh, German's going to be a lot easier than Spanish because it's closer to English. And that's why I did it. And it turns out, I'm sure many of you know, German is a much more difficult. Spanish is one of the easiest languages in the world to learn. And so I didn't do myself any favors. And Jen had an equally dumb reason.
No, I had a very good reason.
No, why did you choose German in high school instead of Spanish, which was also available?
Because they were both taught by this one teacher, and she was a German lady.
Yes. No, and that's not the whole story.
So I wanted to learn German with a German accent instead of Spanish with a German accent.
Right. And do you truly believe, I mean, because here's the deal. You would have learned Spanish with an English accent. You would have spoken with an English accent. Any native speaker would not have said, oh, you sound like you're German.
You sound like a German Spanish.
Yeah, that's not how it would have worked out. But Jen believed that that's what would happen. So we both chose German under false pretenses. That something was steering us to each other.
There.
But we did not study German. We did. It was a requirement. We had to take a you language in college.
You had to take a foreign language in high school to get into the University of Washington.
Yes. Oh, is that true? I don't remember the particulars now.
And then you had to any degree you had to have some foreign language competency, and so we.
Yeah, and we do. I mean, I could speak like a baby in German, auf Deutsch.
Yep. Like a baby.
Yep. So what I was majoring in, although I only ever did 2 years, and I think you did a year. Did you even?
I think we did. I did about 2, and you did almost.
No. I did almost 2, and you stopped. I think you basically made it through 1 year and then stopped and dropped out and went full time working for Paul at the jewelry store. I went back to the second year, but I think I only did maybe 1 semester, so maybe a year and a half or something like that. Before I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just go work full time at Nintendo. Because I'm not getting anything out of this. It's a whole bunch of stuff I don't need to know, and I'm paying a ridiculous amount of money for it.
And that was 30 years ago money.
Yeah. Nothing like today. Nothing like today. So we both dropped out. But my major was scientific and technical communication. I wanted my major to be programming, but the math requirements, I could have done it, but it was too much work, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do all this stupid advanced calculus just to learn how to code in C. I don't need any of it. And any programmer to this day will confirm, yeah, you didn't need any of that. That was ridiculous. But I'm glad they chose that because my life would be very different if I'd continued with that. So I'm a technical manual writer by trade. To be fair, some of the classes I took, I think I have applied some lessons to life. That has been handy.
I was going to be a commercial artist.
Yep. Were you inspired by Tom Hanks from Bosom Buddies?
I don't think so.
Does that remember? It was him and Peter Scolari.
Yeah.
Peter Scolari was the writer at the ad agency, and Tom Hanks was the artist. Remember?
Kinda.
Do you remember Bosom Buddies?
Yes.
All right. So you were learning how to cut all the stuff up.
Yeah, this was before computers.
Yeah, back
Apple,
when you truly cut and paste for real.
With X-Acto knives and Pantone papers and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, and actually I still have a lot of my art supplies. I've hauled them around to various countries that we've lived in, and they're still in the box.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not glass, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so...
That was our goal. But then Jen got a job as basically an apprentice at a jewelry store. Mm-hmm. And I think you decided, I'm going to become a professional jeweler. Because he taught you all the tricks, you were definitely on a path to become... He
was going to actually give me the store when he retired.
He thought of you as a daughter, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a really nice relationship for a long time.
But during that time, he bought a Macintosh.
His girlfriend, remember, was a teacher.
Yeah.
And she had an extra one or whatever, so it came down and lived in the jewelry
store. You had that little black and white Apple IIe.
Yeah,
and you started, I'll just mess around with this, and maybe I can learn how to make us some flyers and brochures for the store, right? That's pretty much what you were doing.
Yeah.
And then you realized, this is a lot closer to what I thought I was going to do with my life.
Yeah.
And I can cut and paste without actually bleeding.
Yeah.
And so then you took over basically all of his advertising, and then you realized, okay, I want to do this instead.
Well, he had a lot of business people that he knew because he'd been in business in downtown Seattle forever. And so we started doing logos and newsletters and stuff for his buddies. Mm-hmm. And we had a side business doing that for several years. And then I familiarity breeds contempt, I suppose. But at some point, we just kind of fell out with each other, and I was ready to move on to something else.
Yep, but by that, yeah. So, but you did make up with him later in life. I mean,
we're perfectly cordial and friendly and stuff now. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure a part of that was because he was disappointed that he was going to give you the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, he was very generously offering me something really wonderful, and I was basically saying thank you, but no.
I got to do this. I gotta be me. I gotta be me.
I gotta go out and make it my own way in the hardest possible way.
But you were at least ahead of the curve.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And
you were helpful with that too, because you made sure
I forced her to get a PC. She's like, no, I can only have the little Mac with a tiny little black and white screen. That's all it can be. Like, don't worry, honey, we can do all of this stuff in Windows 3.1. It'll be fine.
Yep.
And so that was
so he kept us on the tech track.
Yeah. Yep, the tech track. Alrighty. Have you played the 2-player game Agility, the dog-themed and so cute? Yes, it's lovely. I believe I covered it when it was on Kickstarter a billion years ago. And I believe we have a retail copy of it. And he said, as a thank you for me covering it when it was on Kickstarter and helping it succeed, he put in some little custom pieces with, well, I don't even know, little custom dog bowls that say Dobby and Tula.
Well, I don't think I've seen those.
No, well, we never go back and play games. Yeah, you're right. It's a very charming little game. It's lovely. Favorite place we've ever lived?
England.
Seattle. Yeah.
In our little house in Burien.
Yeah, no, it was great. But, I mean, I still think Seattle's superior. I mean, all right, second favorite.
Probably Malta. I enjoyed Malta.
So I was going to say England. I was going to throw you a bone there.
Oh.
But you will not return the favor. Screw Seattle. Emerald City. Well, met in Seattle, honey pie. Come on.
I know, but it's so heavily trafficked and stuff now.
That was never you. Well, we're not dealing with them now. We're talking about when we lived there.
Oh, it was very nice when we lived there. Yes.
And it looks like we've had a jump. All right, here we go. All right. Alrighty.
Is Leva back yet?
I don't know. Have you ever played? All right. So, favorite place we've lived. Ask Tom. Everybody does. I know Tom is using a piece of software that connects. When I'm talking to him on our corner to corner shows, I actually call him, or he calls me via Skype, and I'm using Skype, and he's got some piece of Macintosh only software that converts the Skype video of me, combines it with him, and uploads it to YouTube, and it gives him a lot of special interface stuff that he can do things like highlight. And there's a lot of different ones on the market, and I'm not using any of that. I'm just using the bare bones basic what YouTube offers, and YouTube doesn't offer squat. Alrighty.
Well,
who is in prison? That must be a continuation. I'm going to say a lot of non-violent drug offenders who should be set free, a lot of innocent people who, et cetera, et cetera. Too many people are in prison is the answer to that question. There's a solo player variant for Kanagawa. It's a dummy player. That is very interesting. So somebody points out there, is it an official one or is it just something a fan has made? Because if it ain't official, I got to move on to the next thing. But that is interesting. And I think, yes, whatever it is they did, it needs it. All right. Oh, and people, I'm just catching up. The people are talking about, we're getting to the point where I just accidentally done it. And somebody said it was 400 seconds. No moderator. It's party. Malta misses you. Hey, Necro. I think you're the guy I traded games with a few times, right? I'm pretty sure. Good to see ya. Please don't time me out. I'll be good. Spaghetti squash is good. Spaghetti squash is good. Karthik, welcome back. Leva finally came back. Yay, Leva.
Hooray. Hi.
Party's over. But she, all right. I didn't know you were homeschooled. I homeschooled my girls at 3rd grade through graduation. They're in college now. That's not a question. Yes. Yes. All right. If there's a question, I'll answer it. All right. What is your opinion about how intense will the corona impact be on the board game community in general? The community? I don't think it'll have much of an impact. I mean, because eventually we'll all get to go home. Or, we'll get to leave our homes. I mean, it'll have a huge impact on the business. I mean, I think there's no choice about it. I'm sure there will be several struggling publishers that will go out of business. No choice about it. I mean, that's always the case anyway. Everybody's just like barely on the razor's edge. And this is going to put a lot of people out of business. Not just in the board game industry, but in all industries. And that'll really hurt. But it won't affect us because there's 50 bajillion games. And even if all publishers signed a pact today to never make another game again, there's still more games than any of us could ever play in our lifetime. So I don't think it has much of an impact on us.
You mean us, the players?
The players, yeah. Which is, he asked the community. Although it is cool that people are much more open now. I mean, it'd be nice to think that people would be more open to digital integration than they used to be. So that's a cool side effect. I heard somewhere that Tabletopia had been struggling, but they've had such a huge burst of users that's really turned it around for them. So, I mean, there's a silver lining, I guess. That's great, because Tabletopia is awesome. And it's not piracy land like Tabletop Simulator. Alrighty. Apologies for riling me up about Bethesda, yeah. Thank you, Martha. Martha made a doodle of me. She's trying to upload it. You can send it to questions@rahdo.com, and I'll talk about it in the next podcast. All right. Or you could post it on guild.rahdo.com, I suppose. Alrighty. Honey, which do you prefer, historical or fantasy-based games?
Oh, that's hard.
Monica's getting serious.
Yeah.
With the tough questions.
I don't know. I think we've played so many historical games. I think at the moment I prefer fantasy games.
I prefer historical games. But, I mean, I like fantasy a lot. Fantasy would be my second choice. But I definitely prefer the more real world, the better. German brought us together. Hurrah! Your language does rock. All right. Do you still speak English? Nur ein bisschen. And that's about all I got. How about you, Honey Pie?
No.
Nicht so gut.
We've gone to Germany a bunch of times, and you pick it up again.
Yes, I imagine if we wanted to make a concerted effort,
we could definitely.
We could probably get warmed back up, get some of the basics down, and speak, probably to the level that we were at the end of German 102 without too much work, I bet.
Yeah.
But we just had no reason to do it.
Because Germans speak excellent English.
Alrighty. Oh, it jumped again. It is jumping. How did you get into the video game designing industry? Basically, I was going to the University of Washington, and a great job for students at the University of Washington was working at Nintendo as a gameplay counselor, because this was before the internet, and if people were stuck in a game, they had a 1-800 number they could call, and people like me would answer the phone and help them through the game. I did that for 3 years, give or take. And I did a lot of stuff. I worked on Nintendo Power Magazine as an assistant editor and a bunch of other stuff. And I got fired. And oh dear. Well, I thought that was going to be the thing, and then some other stuff happened. I was a mailman for a while, and I got fired again. And but working at Nintendo had put me in a situation where I had for 3 years talked to people for 8 hours a day about games, what they loved, what they hated, all of that. And I had a rare encyclopedic knowledge of a sizable portion of the entire industry. And a few years later, other stuff happened along the way, with customer service mostly and temp work and whatnot. But there was a billboard on the side of I-5 in Seattle. A little publisher, independent developer down in Bend, Oregon, had decided we need to find a junior designer. How do we do it? We put a billboard on the side of the freeway in Seattle saying, want to make games? Call this number. And we're like, what? Let's call. And I called, and I was able to convince them, based on my insanely unique background, that they'd be fools to hire anybody but me. And they did, and they brought me down, and I was a junior assistant designer on Bubsy 3D, which was at the time known as the worst game in history. But I parlayed that into a lead designer position on Siphon Filter, and which was, at the time, the highest selling game on the platform. And still, one of the most influential shooters in video game history. So, and then I just kept going. But it was weird. I mean, nobody's done that. But, there was, again, this was before Craigslist. This was before Monster.com. You just had to look in the classifieds. And I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they were in the classifieds as well. Or maybe they'd been in the classifieds for a while and they just didn't find anything. They said, okay, we got to do something crazy. Let's pay however much it costs to put a billboard on the side of the freeway in Seattle. Whatever. I don't know why. I mean, they were in Bend, Oregon. Just across the mountains was Dynamics in Eugene, Oregon. It was like a whole building of 100 people that they could have poached. But they didn't go that way. And so I was literally in the right place at the right time, driving down the correct freeway. Yes. Thank you, Nano. All right. All right. What determined? What got us into Malta? It was my career. The Maltese government was funding an initiative to get more video game development because they wanted to create a new industry in their country for their young people, so the young people wouldn't leave, but instead, well, hey, we'll stay and we'll get technical degrees at University of Malta and then we'll become video game developers. And so the Maltese government was offering grants, and I ended up taking a job at a startup, and we moved there. And the job was neat, the project was cool, but we mostly said, hey, if we move to Malta, that can be, in the same way we lived in England for 8 years, and that was the basis for us to travel all throughout Europe. If we go to Malta, that can be the basis for us to travel all throughout Africa and Arabia. And that'll be amazing. And it turns out it wasn't. Mm-hmm. It turns out the only place you can fly from Malta is back to Italy or Germany or England. It is not a hub.
No.
And so we didn't really do much travel for quite a while.
You have to fly back to the major airports.
Exactly, yeah.
And then fly on from there.
We could have done a little bit more research before we made that assumption.
But it was lovely.
Yeah, it was great, yes. And then when the project dried up for various and sundry reasons, I was fired. Literally, the first actual job where I had to pay taxes I ever had in my life, Crazy Eric's. When I was in high school, I was fired. The last job I ever had where, well, I pay taxes on Rahdo runs through, but where I worked for somebody else, I was fired. So I have a long history of being a bad egg. But anyway, after that ended, we decided to stay because the cost of living was so low, and we could make a go of it. Alrighty. Moving right along. Oh, and yep, this jumping is still happening. All right, but not too bad. All right. Kanagawa, so, all right. Honey, what is your favorite period book or movie? That's an easy one.
Sense and Sensibility.
Sense and Sensibility, written by...
Jane Austen.
But the movie adaptation done by Emma Thomas, who I believe won the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay, directed by...
Emma Thompson.
No. Starring Emma Thompson, directed by Ang Lee. And yes, that was an easy one.
Yeah.
What's your second favorite? Because it's so far above and beyond anything else.
The Hobbit.
I guess that's a period. I don't think that's what they meant by period fiction, though.
Oh. Well, it's...
you're just going to say Downton Abbey and just leave it at that? Or what about books? Or what about the collective works of Jane Austen? I'm sure you've read a lot of her work.
I have, yeah. Sense and Sensibility is still my favorite. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I do enjoy reading historical things about, like Madison or Hamilton or whatever. So those are interesting. I kind of go through a buzz of that and then get off of it.
Right. Favorite game on Tabletop Simulator? I would imagine Gloomhaven or Pandemic. Because every single game in the universe has been pirated and put on Tabletop Simulator. So whatever my favorite game is whatever it would be there. And chances are it was put up without permission. Because I'm not a fan of that platform. Tabletopia for the win. Alrighty. Apologies if I miss anything. How many jobs have I been fired from? We must be almost caught up then. Alright, I got fired from Crazy Eric's. And then I got the job at, it wasn't a Denny's, but it was a Denny's type thing. And then I got the job as a vacuum cleaner salesman. And then I went to college and I worked doing a political polling, phone polling. And I worked as a loader at not UPS, but RPS. Mm. And then I got the job at the post office. And I did that for a while. And then I got the job at Nintendo. So, second job, I got fired from Nintendo. Then I went back to the post office where I worked for another couple of years. And I was very close to that just being my career because I was very happy with it. And then I got fired from that because of Nintendo. So that was really kind of 2 firings for the price of 1. Then no more firings. Then I worked at Eidetic on Siphon Filter and Bubsy. Then we went to Texas and I worked at Edge of Reality on a bunch of stuff. Then we went to Lionhead. Then we went to... Splash Damage, and then we went to TRC, and then I started working for myself, and I've yet to fire myself. But I was fired from TRC. So there you go. I don't put quite that information on my LinkedIn page, though. Don't go into that much detail. Alrighty. Have you ever thought of doing how-to videos for using Board Game Geek? Yes, I have. It's always been my intent to do a Rahdo runs through Board Game Geek and show all the tricks I use and the shortcuts and all that, but I keep waiting until the makeover is done. And it's getting closer every day. So maybe next year it'll be 90% done and I'll finally do a run through Board Game Geek. Do I like mathematics? No. What did I do? I could have taken AP Calculus. Several of my friends did in high school. But I stopped at I did trigonometry and like, okay, am I going to go to AP? No, I'm not going to do that. I would rather learn how to type. I took a typing class instead, and I believe that served me much better. So trigonometry, high school level is as far as I took it, and that's why I'm not a coder, because University of Washington wouldn't let me take... Actually, that's not true. I did take a couple of basic programming courses where they wouldn't teach C. They taught me frickin' Ada. So I'm ready to program for NASA if they want me. And Fortran, that's all they would teach us. Unless you went through all kinds of advanced level calculus. Then you could get the useful languages. Well, that's not fair, but you know what I mean. Do you like mathematics, Honey Pie?
Yeah.
Well, that's a weird thing to say. Why do you like math?
Math works.
Okay.
Math always has
Then why
the
aren't you an accountant like everybody else in your family?
Mm-hmm.
Jen has the heart of an accountant. No, she has the mind of an accountant, but the heart of an artist. And so she is the black sheep. Her dad was a accounting professor. Her sister is a high-level for-hire accountant or financial analyst who works for all kinds of big .com companies. But nope, I'm an artist. And her sister wants to be an artist as well. I'm sure Becky also has the heart of an artist.
Yes.
But she followed her destiny. All righty. I sent you a geek mail with the link. Okay, cool. I can't remember email address fast enough. That's cool. I will look for it later. Time to go watch Picard. You should do that. It's excellent. Then you can earn Fortran. Oh, you poor dear. Yeah. Hey, we're all caught up. So you folks were too slow with the questions. So we will bid you adieu, and we'll see you at some point next month where we will do this again. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a very nice day. Where's my button? Where's my button at? Where is it? There it is. Talk to you later. So long. Bye.
Bye-bye.